They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got them in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you, I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have. Nobody said it would be easy. Nobody said that it would all be fine. But to get where we're going, brother, you...
The right, Renda takes the snap, rolling out to his right, looking for Gunter in the end zone, all alone. He's in for the touchdown. They'll keep it on the ground. Cotton trying to find some room up the middle. Absolutely nothing there. He's stuffed by this Dragon defensive line, tripped up and brought down. The shoestring tackle made by Landon Harris, and it'll be fourth down. Third down, they give it to Biggers again. This time he dives across the goal line for the touchdown. Dragons go up 13-0.
Great job by the Dragon offensive line on the goal line. Get behind the big guys, Chris.
Three receivers left. Carroll brings blitz. Griffin has no time. He's going to be brought down and sacked. Carroll comes up with a fourth down stop. Renda looking to the throw. Going to look for Boyd. End zone. Caught. Touchdown, Carroll. Third down, Mackey motions out to the left. Three receivers left. Renda looking to throw. Has a pocket. Steps up. Plenty of running room across the 30. He could go all the way. Inside the 15. Angelo inside the 10. Trying to cut it upfield inside the 5. Reaches across the pylon and into the end zone for a touchdown. An electrifying run. Maybe the highlight of the year. 27-0.
The Dragons won with a shutout in the first round of the playoffs. The march to the state championships continues against San Angelo Central.
Hey Dragon fans, welcome to the Dragon Football Night pregame show sponsored by Clayton and Clayton Real Estate. Now here are your hosts, Chris Blake and Robert Clayton.
In the bi-district round, we saw the Dragon defense pitch its third shutout of the season, the 8th time this year. An opponent has failed to reach double figures in a 35-0 win over Crowley. Tonight, the scene shifts to Art Briles Stadium in Stephenville, about 90 miles from Dragon Stadium, for an area-round matchup between the Carroll Dragons and the San Angelo Central Bobcats. Our broadcast tonight presented by Whitechapel Methodist Church. Hi there, and welcome into the Clayton and Clayton Real Estate pregame show. Chris Blake with Robert Clayton, our director Tim Polster, and statistician Scott Farrell. The Dragons, of course, are the 4-6A champions for the 7th time in 8 years and come in at 11-0. Central this season went 8-3, 3-2 in district play to finish 3rd in District 2-6A behind Permian and Midland Legacy. The Bobcats beat Pebble Hills High School out of El Paso in the first round of their playoff run. So, Robert, let's talk about Carroll first. Another shutout by the Dragons defense last week, dropping their average points allowed this year under 7 per game. What stood out to you on that side of the ball against Crowley?
Well, for me, Chris, I think the biggest thing was how complete and disciplined the unit looked from the first snap. Carroll's front 7 completely controlled the line of scrimmage. They were winning the gaps, setting the edge, and forcing Crowley into uncomfortable 4th and distance situations all night. The pass rush wasn't just about the sacks, though. It was the consistent pressure that forced rush throws and keeping everything in front of them, something they're going to have to do tonight, Chris.
And next thing I want to ask you about is something we talk about a lot every year throughout the season, and that's the Dragon head coach, Riley Dodge, has 3 goals for his team every year. The first one is to win district. Carroll has already done that. The second one is to practice on Thanksgiving. With the win tonight, the Dragons can secure goal number 2.
Well, you're right. We do talk about it every season. It never gets old because Riley Dodge has kept the formula simple and consistent. Win the district championship, practice on Thanksgiving, and play in December and play for a state championship. Goal number 1 is already in the books. Now they have the chance to lock up goal number 2 tonight. And around here, Thanksgiving practice isn't just a symbolic, it's a standard. It means you're playing meaningful football deep in November, right where their program expects to be. A win tonight keeps that tradition alive and sends a message that this group is built to keep going.
A little bit about the opponent tonight. This is a Central team that can score some points. They average about 390 yards per game, 37 points a game. What makes them go on the offensive side?
Well, I think they move the ball very well. They're balanced and they play with great pace. Their run game is really the tone setter. They stay ahead of the chains and force defenses to commit bodies inside. They've got a talented sophomore running back and a good wide receiver core. It's that blend of tempo, physicality in the run game, playmakers in space that drives those big yardage and point totals for this Bobcat offense.
Well, Art Briles Stadium in Stephenville, the site of the second round playoff matchup for the Dragons. First year of this stadium, a nice new facility, home to the Stephenville Yellow Jackets. Still to come on the Clayton and Clayton Real Estate pregame show. We'll hear from Carroll head coach Riley Dodge and bring you the starting lineups. But first, we highlight a couple of guys who stood out in round 1 as we work our way toward kickoff between Carroll and Central on the Dragon Sports Network.
You can trust your medical care at Southlake Dermatology. We have over 65 years of experience between Dr. Bowers, Dr. Tynard, and our 4 physician assistants. We treat a wide range of medical, surgical, and cosmetic concerns ranging from skin cancer, hair loss, rashes, increased sweating, and anti-aging. There are multiple new options for hair loss, such as Nutrafol supplements and PRP injections. View our services online at southlakedermatology.com.
This is Pastors John and Todd from Whitechapel in Southlake. Whitechapel is a church where it's all about Jesus. We're a place where real people make genuine connections, where it's okay not to be okay.
We're a church where grace is a lifestyle and where everyone has a place, from the lifelong believer to the unchurched or de-churched. We're here for you, and we'd like to invite you to join us for worship this weekend. Go Dragons!
Hello, Dragon fans. I'm Steven Nelson, partner at Mills Wealth. Our team is celebrating our 25th year anniversary of helping Dragons succeed financially. As an independent firm, we aren't owned by a bank or an insurance company. Instead, we're fiduciaries doing only what we believe is best for our clients. If your finances need a second opinion or would like to tap into our expertise, come meet with our certified financial planners or CPAs and learn how we can help you win just like the Dragons. Look us up online or give us a call at millswealthadvisors.com.
Looking for a roofer who truly knows Southlake? My name is Chad Cross, owner of CLC Roofing, a longtime Southlake resident who's proud to serve this community. For decades, we have protected Dragon Country with roofs built to handle the scorching sun, sudden hail, and high winds, all while keeping your homes looking beautiful. CLC Roofing proudly supports the Carroll ISD, the Carroll Booster Club, and local events. Supporting Southlake is part of who we are. We know every HOA standard, city code, and neighborhood nuance because we live here too. When the storm hits, we're not hours away. We're already in your community, ready to help the moment you need us. Our crews are safety certified and led by project managers who always focus on details. From minor repairs to full replacements, we bring expert craftsmanship and clear communication to every project. We only install top-tier roofing materials, and as an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, we can offer extended warranties most roofers cannot, because trust and quality go hand in hand. Protect the tradition, Southlake.
The second round of the playoffs from Stephenville, Carroll, and San Angelo Central. The first time in a couple of years that the Dragons have not played their second round game at Wildcat Stadium on the campus of Abilene Christian. The first time in 4 years that the Dragons have not met Friendship in the second round. Tonight, it's San Angelo Central who defeated El Paso Pebble Hills in the first round of the playoffs. As we get you set for kickoff coming up in about 20 minutes. Talking about last week's win over Crowley, the Dragons won 35-0. Time for our player spotlight from that first round. And let's start on the offensive side. Quarterback Angelo had his full skill set on display in week one of the playoffs. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, but Robert, maybe more impressive, had a couple of his longest runs of the season. It's an element of his game we haven't seen a ton this year, but do you expect to see it a little bit more during the playoffs?
That's one thing Coach Dodge said this week was he's really told Angelo if it's not there, step up in between the tackles and make a play with your legs. And I think what we saw last week was Renda picking his spots, taking off with confidence. Those runs weren't by accident. They were explosive, drive-changing plays. If defenses load up to stop Carroll's skill guys, he can hurt you with his legs, and that makes the offensive game for him even tougher for opponents to prepare in the playoffs.
See his numbers on the season there. He's accounted for more than 3,400 total yards. Last week, 64 yards on the ground, including a couple really spectacular runs. On the defensive side of the ball, the linebacker play has continued to stand out. Will Lyons and Robbie Ladd led the team in tackles. Jake Lucky controlled the middle of the line for the Dragons, but it was Luke Bussman having probably the best game of his career with a couple of forced fumbles.
Yeah, I think the linebackers were flying around. Again, Lyons and Ladd were everywhere cleaning up tackles. And look, he's just such a force inside, did a great job anchoring that middle. But the story was Luke Bussman. Easily the best game of his career, like you mentioned. He was playing downhill, attacking the football, and with the forced fumbles, completely shifted the momentum of the game. That whole group set the tone defensively. What I loved about it, they got called in later into the third quarter when Crowley was about to score. That first unit came in, Chris, and shut him out and didn't allow him in the end zone.
A big goal line stand in that one, as you see Bussman's numbers from last week. 7 tackles, a couple of forced fumbles, was able to recover one of them in what we'll hear from Coach Dodge coming up in just a moment. He called Bussman's best career game. So Carroll and San Angelo Central coming up from Stephenville, Art Briles Stadium down here. We will hear from the head coach of the Dragons, Riley Dodge, coming up next on the Clayton and Clayton Real Estate pregame show on the Dragon Sports Network.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Come check out Champions Club at the Mark Southlake. Conveniently located off South, your local, safe, and fun destination for fitness, play, and connection. From state-of-the-art workout spaces and exciting group fitness classes to our aquatic center, indoor courts, and party rentals, there's something for everyone. Make Champions Club your home for health, recreation, and family fun. Join today and discover what it means to live like a champion. Go Dragons!
For mission-critical business litigation in Texas, business owners and executives trust Sean McCaskill and the law firm of Godwin Bowman PC. My wife Laura and I are 20-year residents of Southlake and the proud parents of 4 dragons. I've been a dedicated volunteer in Southlake for the past 13 years, including serving 7 years on Southlake City Council. I'm the president and managing shareholder at Godwin Bowman, which was established in Dallas in 1980 to serve clients with business litigation issues all the way to the Texas Supreme Court. I've been with the firm for over 20 years, and I'm board certified in civil appellate law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. Please consider me, Sean McCaskill, and the law firm of Godwin Bowman for your business litigation needs. Please visit our website at www.godwinbowman.com for more information. I promise you that we'll provide big city experience together with small town service.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only base customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
Are you considering buying or selling your home in Southlake? I'm Kim Bedwell with Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty, and I would love to assist you. Recognized as one of the top professionals in Southlake by both industry peers and clients, I am a proud mother of 2 dragons and have been a resident of this amazing community for over 20 years. I know Southlake inside and out, and I am committed to ensuring your real estate journey is seamless and successful. You can find me at kimbedwell.com. Kim Bedwell Real Estate, delivering the highest level of experience and results in Southlake and beyond. Go Dragons!
Welcome back to Stephenville as we get set for the area round. Carroll taking on San Angelo Central. Chris Blake with Dragons head coach Riley Dodge. And coach, we got to see all of Angelo Renda's skills on display in the first round against Crowley. Threw for a couple of touchdowns, but maybe his most highlight-worthy rushing touchdowns of the season. What'd you see from your quarterback in round 1?
Yeah, it's something we've been really trying to harp on him the last couple of weeks. Is that's a superpower of his. It's a weapon that we've got to utilize this time of year, and it helps our offense out. When things get covered up, he's got to hurt people with his legs. He's one of the faster guys on our football team, and when he can get out, that's a challenge for defenses. And I know that's demoralizing to a defense coordinator and a sideline when the quarterback starts hurting you with his legs when you've got everything covered up. So I thought he made some great decisions. He's not forcing anything, and those are things we're going to need from him in the playoffs.
Another wrinkle we saw from one of your top athletes in the playoffs was Brock Boyd playing both on offense and defense, going up against Division I commits on both sides of the ball when he went in at quarterback and when he was playing receiver. What does that ability allow you to do?
Yeah, we really thought highly of Crowley. I know their record wasn't what they wanted on the year, but when you turn the film on, you can see the pieces and you can see people, flashing and giving people problems. And so, with Brock, with something we've been working on the last several weeks, and felt like in certain situations the other night that we needed to get him in. So he's just a competitor, obviously a great athlete, and we want to utilize all those guys this time of year.
Another guy that we saw play on both sides of the ball, your safety, Parker Harris. He already returns punts for you guys. Saw him in a few snaps at running back. Is that just another case of wanting to get your best athletes on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, wanted to use them a little bit more than we did the other night, based on what they started doing to us defensively. Kind of made us get out of it a little bit, but I thought the opportunities that he did have, he was explosive. We want to try to get the ball to him in space, and I think Dragon Nation seeing what he's been able to do on punt returns, and we just want to get him touches and see if he can turn things into punt returns.
On the defensive side, you guys post yet another shutout. Linebacker play I thought was really impressive. Lyons and Ladd led the team in tackles. And then Jake Lucky seemed like he really controlled the middle of the line for you guys as well.
Yeah, I thought our front played really well. I thought we were super physical all night. I thought the effort was really, really good. Those guys played great. I thought Luke Busman had a great night as well. Luke probably had his best game of his career, was most productive on defense. Had a huge he had 2 forced fumbles, and he got one of those back. Some textbook plays, but I thought our defense was playing really, really well as a group.
You take on a San Angelo Central team tonight that can score. They've scored 30 points in all but a couple of the games this year. What makes them go on offense?
Yeah, I think it starts with the quarterback. I think it's where they stress you offense or defensively. They're going to try to stress you formationally, motion-wise, with unbalanced stuff. They do a really good job of trying to set things up formationally. So we got to be great communicators. I think that's a big thing this week with these guys. And then when they want to put the ball in the perimeter, we got to be great tacklers.
And on the defensive side for San Angelo Central, Mason Van Sickle, one of their linebackers, leading player on that side of the ball. What are they going to try to slow you guys down?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. They've shown a little bit of everything this year. I think it's a talented group on that side of the ball. I think they've started figuring themselves out the last couple of weeks on who they want to be defensively. But what jumps off the screen to me is their effort. Their guys getting the ball. 7 linebackers, really good player. He can really run sideline to sideline. They got some guys in the back end they can really cover. So, we got to do a great job on first and second down and, stay in second and manageable.
We know your program has 3 goals every year. The second of those goals is to practice on Thanksgiving. A win tonight would accomplish that second goal. So what's the message as you are 3 hours away from potentially reaching that point?
Yeah, we definitely talk about it. We try to compartmentalize and control the controllable. So I'm not going to try to make it bigger than it is, but I think the big thing is our guys understand that that's the expectations around here is us practicing on Thanksgiving and having a turkey bowl and all that good stuff. So our guys will be ready to go.
And that's Dragons head coach Riley Dodge before Carroll takes on San Angelo Central in the second round of the playoffs on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey everyone, this is Michael Baum, General Manager at Hearst and Louisville Autoplex. We are longtime supporters of all things Dragons. This season, if you want to show up to the game in style, come see me or Brees Higgins, where we have the largest selection of late model, high-end, pre-owned trucks and SUVs. As a family-owned and operated dealership, we'll treat you like part of our family. Come see us on either side of the Metroplex and get a new ride today. Shop us online 24/7 at HurstAutoplex.com. Go Dragons!
Recoat Revolution, your one-day floor solution. I'm Joe Worrell, Southlake resident, Air Force veteran, and proud father of 2 dragons. Our one-day sandless, dustless process refreshes flooring without the mess, smell, and expense of traditional refinishing. If your floors have damage, wear from furniture, or even little dragon talons, we can tackle those issues to have you back in a clean home that night. Sandless, dustless, odorless, done by dinner. Recoat Revolution. Go Dragons!
Dr. Angela Bowers would like to invite you to visit Southlake Dermatology, which serves patients throughout the Metroplex in medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology. We recommend always using a zinc oxide sunscreen, such as Elta MD, and utilizing HelioCare, which is a sun protective pill. We have seen the incidence of skin cancers on the rise, including melanoma, which is the most harmful type. With yearly skin checks, we will be able to find skin cancer much earlier. Read about skin cancer and sunscreen options online at southlakedermatology.com.
Side gets away from a defender across the 5. Touchdown Dragons. From Art Briles Stadium in Stephenville, it's the second round of the Texas 6A Division II Region 1 playoffs as Carroll takes on San Angelo Central. Hi there, Chris Blake alongside Robert Clayton, our statistician Scott Farrell, and director Tim Polster tonight. The Dragons 11-0 on the year. San Angelo Central comes in at 8-3 this season. Carroll defeated Crowley in the first round of the playoffs, 35-0 back in Southlake, while the Bobcats beat El Paso Pebble Hills 24-14 last week. And Robert, over the course of the pregame show, we've talked a lot about the Dragons, but let's talk about a little bit more of this Bobcats offense. We told you they can put up some points, about 37 a game, led by their junior quarterback, Micah Smith, the son of head coach Mark Smith, who we'll talk about some. He's had an interesting career path. Threw for 2,100 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 picks this year. And what can we expect to see from him tonight?
Well, I think Micah Smith is just a steady operator, Chris. He's a poised quarterback. He's accurate. He's efficient. And what impresses me is how well he sees the field. He gets the ball out on time, unless his receivers work in space. He doesn't force many throws, which is why his touchdown to interception ratio looks strong. And for a coach's kid, you can tell he understands the rhythm of their offense. He keeps them on schedule and makes the right decisions to keep drives alive.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Dragons tonight. We see in the backfield Angelo, Renda, and Davis Penn. We spotlighted Renda during our pregame show today. Had a great game last week against Crowley. The receivers he'll be throwing to: Brody Knowles, Caden Mackey, Blake Gunter, and Brock Boyd. Boyd last week, 9 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. Gunter also had a touchdown reception last week. The offensive line for the Dragons, left to right: Luke Wilson, Will Barley, Kerry Clayton, Nathan Damaraki, and Tristan Dare. On the defensive side, Zach Hayes, Jake Lucky, Crawford Taylor, Marcus Browse, and Robert Lucky. As a defensive tackle, a lot of times those numbers aren't going to be eye-catching, but Lucky just seemed to be in the middle of everything last week.
Well, you might not see it on paper, but you see it on film.
Yeah.
What you see from Lucky, what he's done all year, he eats up gaps. He makes it really hard for offensive linemen to get leverage on him to create those holes. He's very strong at gap integrity, and then he's always in for a big play in the backfield once or twice a game.
Those linebackers and corners for the Dragons will be Taven Coons and Luke Bussman, the cornerbacks, Robbie Ladd, Will Lyons, the linebackers, and the safeties for Carroll tonight: Austin Bussman, Parker Harris, and Gavin Strange. Carroll will be without William Chen for tonight's game. Well, teams getting ready to take the field here in Stephenville. The Bobcats coming out of their dressing room into the orange inflatable Bobcat, and an inflatable Dragon to our left as the Bobcats take the field in orange uniform tops, white pants, orange helmets, looking very much like Sam Houston.
Very carbon copy of Sam Houston State.
Very much so. Little blue sprinkled in as well to the color scheme for the Bobcats. Dragons now making their way out of the locker rooms to the left-hand side of us from our broadcast position. Art Briles Stadium, brand new this year. The first time the Stephenville Yellow Jackets have ever had their own Stephenville ISD football stadium. They've shared with Tarleton State, which we can see from our position here in the press box about mile and a half down the road.
But absolutely beautiful stadium. You talk about the small details. You love the Yellow Jacket emblems everywhere, the honeycombs you see throughout the stadium. It is a beautiful facility.
And Stephenville still alive in the Class 4A playoffs, taking on Dumas tonight in Vernon. That's up north a little bit from where we are here. Carroll Dragons have gone into the Dragon helmet.
The smoke is going.
Smoke is going. The Emerald Bells have lined the field along the numbers and the sidelines, and the Dragons take the field here in Stephenville. The Carroll band situated in one of the end zones here. Too big for the visiting side. Too many band members for that side. And Dragons have traveled well to this one down here in Stephenville.
Very well traveled. The visiting stands almost filled once you add in the drill team and the band. Great turnout by Dragon fans and making the trip. They had a big tailgate before the game with the Tradition Club, and great job on putting that in.
Well, Carroll and San Angelo Central have taken the field. We get ready for the national anthem here and the coin toss.
And as we come here to Clayton's keys to the game, I think number one, you got to put pressure on Micah Smith. You got to do that all game. You got to force the tough throws with Micah Smith. And number two, get the perimeter playmakers the ball. They're going to play some soft coverage. They're going to give an opportunity for the receivers to make plays on the perimeter. And then special teams guy-wide. Guy old adage of Carroll folklore, get in on it. You got to make some plays and excel on all three phases of the game.
Well, if you're thinking about buying or selling your Southlake home, meet Robert Clayton and Karen Clayton Young with Clayton & Clayton Real Estate, recognized by both clients and industry professionals as some of the best in Southlake and DFW. The Clayton team is committed to making your real estate experience seamless from start to finish. Clayton & Clayton Real Estate, where dragons represent dragons. National anthem completed here in Stephenville, played by the Central High School Band. The Bobcats are the home team tonight. The Dragons are the visitors, so Carroll will get to decide on the coin toss here as the captains get ready to make their way out to midfield. Coin toss tonight brought to you by the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title. If you need title work, call Julie Walter. The officials are at midfield, where, as Robert mentioned, a Yellow Jacket logo as well as a honeybee.
Captains are now approaching midfield for the coin toss. Representing the Bobcats tonight as captains, number 8, Jacob Jackson. Number 18, Jimmy Edwards.
The captains tonight,
Brian Sandoval.
Jacob Jackson, Brian Sandoval, along with Kastner Stribling for the Bobcats. Meanwhile, for Carroll out at midfield, it's Jake Lucky, Brock Boyd, Angelo Renda, and Davis Penn. So they're showing the coin midfield. Talking about the stadium named for Art Briles. He was the head coach here in Stephenville from 1988 to 99, won 4 state titles before moving on to the college ranks. An assistant job at Texas Tech before head coaching positions at Houston and Baylor.
Art Briles, living legend in terms of high school football and just coaching ranks, innovator offensively. A guy old Dragon listeners are probably remember back from the 90s and a few matches versus the Dragons as well, my team as well, and back in 1998. A huge semifinal game between the Dragons and the Yellow Jackets took place, and Texas Dragons fell that game, but Art Briles, terrific coach, and congrats on getting a stadium named after you. A beautiful facility like we mentioned earlier.
It's a big accomplishment. Goes to his legacy here in Stephenville. Central won the coin toss, elected to receive, and will go left to right in front of us. That is west to east. Really more northwest to southwest, or northeast to southwest.
And as we look into this San Angelo offense, one thing that Coach Smith mentioned is he doesn't do a whole lot of different things on offense. He bases out 11 and 12 personnel. He's in the lineup, and he wants to establish a run game. And he also wants to use his skilled players to move the ball down the field. He's a coach, Chris, as we listened and found more about Coach Smith, is he has a sense of career, just not only in high school but also the college ranks. He's a very seasoned coach, and you can really see that with his game plans on film. He does a terrific job.
3 return men back deep for the Bobcats as Gavin Strange gets ready to kick this one away, and we're underway in the second round of the playoffs. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. Moving right to left to right with it is the returner up across the 25-yard line to the 27. before he's taken down, and San Angelo Central will start at the 27-yard line. 17-yard return.
Again, we talk about this San Angelo offense led by Micah Smith. He's that field general for the San Angelo team. But they've got Xavion Johnson, the sophomore running back, number 21. He's every bit of about 225 pounds. He's a guy that can show flashes on film on what he can be as a running back, and he's someone that Coach Smith is very excited about.
He's the one that returned that kick. 17 yards for the Bobcats as Micah Smith leads this offense out onto the field. Just over 2,100 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions this year. Also a threat to run, 236 rushing yards this season. They come out with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, tight end to the right side of the formation. Bring a tight end in motion, keep it on the ground. This is Johnson running behind the left guard, falls forward across the 30-yard line to the 31. And Coach Smith told us that Johnson just has a knack for picking up an extra yard or 2 at the end of every carry.
Well, he's such a big player; he can just fall forward and get 2 to 3 yards. And you saw there, they bring the tight end across the formation, almost as a lead blocker to the left side. Johnson gets up and gets good first down yardage.
2nd and 6 from the 31. Central running an extra receiver on late. One of the tight ends went to the sideline. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Tight end motions across left to right. Snap comes to Smith. Throws on the right side and incomplete. The intended receiver was Colton Hill, knocked away by the Dragons.
You had a little play fake there to Johnson, pulling it up in Smith, trying to deliver a strike. Great coverage by the Dragon defense.
So now 4 receivers on the field, not a set they'll use a ton. 1 back in the backfield, 2 receivers each side. Carroll with just 3 down linemen. Browse playing a stand-up linebacker position here on 3rd and 6 from the 31. Smith changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Carroll showing pressure, they rush 4. Smith back to throw, looking left. Completes it at the 35-yard line. Up near the 40-yard line goes Gabriel Garcia, the senior, for the first down.
Great protection up front by San Angelo. And Micah Smith, just again, we talked about he can just sit and be patient and delivers a strike on a comeback route on the left side to Garcia.
Garcia's 16 catches during the regular season. First down for the Bobcats at the 44-yard line. Misdirection play, they keep it on the ground, give it to Johnson running up the middle, and Crawford Taylor in on the stop for Carroll, along with Will Lyons.
A big play by San Angelo, again, establishing that running game. They're trying to establish that. They're bringing McAllister, the left guard, over and pulling play side. Again, trying to give some help to Johnson. And again, we talked about the size of Johnson, how he can just fall forward for 2 to 3 yards. He does that on first down.
3 yards on first down. The rest of this offense, the offensive line left to right, Braden Suter, Christian McAllister, Parker Havercroft, Ethan Boyd, and Israel Martinez. On second down, 1 receiver right. They bring another one in motion left to right. Give it to Johnson again, running left side. Lowers the shoulder, and after a gain of 1 is hit by a convoy of Dragons. Ladd, Lines, Coons all in on the stop for Carroll.
A great job by the Dragon defense staying home. They had a guy in motion in Colton Hill trying to bring a defender over. Didn't happen. The Dragons stayed home. Great play on the outside run against the San Angelo offense.
So another third down for the Bobcats with 9:40 to go in the first quarter. Trips bunch to the right on the left side. 1 receiver left. 1 back in the backfield. Carroll rushes 4. Smith back to throw. Left sideline, complete for another first down. Ball fell out of his hands quickly, but they're going to rule it a completion. That was to Garcia again. He's picked up both first downs for the Bobcats.
The second time finding Garcia. He just finds a soft spot in the coverage. A little out route to Garcia on the left. And again, good poise by Micah Smith.
10 yards on that play to get into Carroll territory across the 50-yard line. Ball at the 47, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Tight end is on the right side of the set. So they change the play here at the line again. Browse again playing that stand-up edge rusher position. Carroll rushes 5. They hit Johnson in the backfield, and Lyons comes in to finish it off. Big hit by Will Lyons after he was stood up by Zach Hayes.
Terrific job by Zach Hayes, just running the heel line in this Dragon defense, coming on the right side of the Dragon defense, coming down and taking down Johnson. It's not an easy task. He's a big runner. Great job by the Dragon defense.
Loss of 2 on the play for the Bobcats as the senior running back Elijah Allen comes into the game. He had 74 yards out of the backfield last week against Pebble Hills. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Tight end motions left to right. They give it to Allen, or fake it to Allen, and try to get it out into the flat, but the intended receiver, Garcia, got tripped up as he tried to break out toward the sideline. It falls incomplete, so it'll be 3rd and 12.
This is where they want to put the San Angelo offense behind the chains on 3rd down, force a long play, a great pickup, great twist job on the Dragon defensive line, creating a little bit of pressure for Smith.
Allen still in the backfield. Browse, Taylor, and Hayes, the only 3 linemen for Carroll. So they bring an extra defensive back into the game here on 3rd and long. Ball's on the left hash. Play clock down to 5. Down to 3, and whistles blow. So the center called for an illegal snap. That's Parker Havercroft. Backs him up 5 more, but it'll be 3rd and 17.
As a former center, Chris, it's hard to do an illegal snap. You're in control of the ball, but this is what the San Angelo team can't have happen. And this has been really an issue for a lot of teams that play the Dragons, just kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Carroll rolling some extra coverage over to the right side. Allen motions out of the backfield that way. Smith stepping up into the pocket, flushed out right side, floats one down the sidelines. It is incomplete, intended for Colton Hill. He kind of backed away from the football as it got closer to him.
Well, Colton Hill had to step on Austin Busman, but great job by Busman on not fully laying out against the receiver and creating some type of pass interference call and really staying home. Great job by this Dragon defense, forcing the 4th down and going to get the ball back in decent field position.
Brock Boyd and Luke Jacomard back to receive for the Dragons, so no Parker Harris back as a return man tonight for Carroll. Play clock down to 5 as the Bobcats get ready to punt this one away. Caleb Holbert is the kicker and punter for this team. Has all day to get rid of it. Does. Boyd calls for a fair catch inside the 15-yard line and makes it at the Dragon 13. A 41-yard punt, and Carroll will take over deep in its own territory.
First down and 10 from their own 13-yard line.
So we flip the script. We talk a little bit about San Angelo Central's defense. They're a 3-3 stack defense. They're going to try to keep everything in front of the Dragons and not allow them to get behind them on the defense. Their strength lies in their safety, Jacoby Jackson, their linebacker, Mason Van Sickle, and their nose guard, Brian Sandoval.
Ball on the right hash for the Dragons on 1st down. 2 receivers each side. First play of the game, Renda's going to keep it himself. Gets outside across the 20, down the left sideline. Renda steps out of bounds as he crosses the 40-yard line. And the Dragon quarterback showing off how dangerous he can be with his legs on the first play of the game.
Well, of course, we talked about his explosion, what he can bring to the game, what we saw last week in terms of what he can do. They start off the game with a designed run to Renda, and he hits that left side so fast. He gets out in front of the defense, pulls up to the end. Smart play by Renda.
Picked up 30 yards on 1st down. Knowles motions left to right across the set, so 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Penn in the backfield. Renda gives it to him. Big hole up the middle across midfield as he surges forward, nearly a 1st down, and they may give it to him.
Well, Dragons need to establish a run, and great job. It's an inside zone play right behind C.J. Johnson, the right guard, and Kerry Clayton, the center. Terrific combination block on the springing pin to the 2nd level and getting another Dragon 1st down.
They will move the chains, a gain of 10. All 1st downs tonight brought to you by the Dragon Den. Trips left to the short side of the field, 1 wide to the right. They pitch it to Penn on 1st down again. Has receivers blocking out in front of him across the 40-yard line. Keeps the legs moving across the 35 and finally out of bounds at the 32.
All effort by Davis Penn on the toss to the left. Now I tell you what, the perimeter receivers are doing their job. They're maintaining their blocks. And then the second effort by Davis Penn on that run. Again, another Dragon 1st down.
15 yards for Penn on the carry. So already 55 yards on the drive for Carroll. All of it has come on the ground.
You You got to love what you're seeing with the Dragon offense. They're not just throwing it up in the air. They're getting behind. They're trying to establish the run. They're trying to soften up this defense for later on a big blow downfield in the passing game. You love establishing the run early and often.
Caden Mackey runs out onto the field for this first down play. Ball at the left hash from the 31-yard line of the Bobcats. 3 down front. Receivers stacked to each side. Renda calls for the snap, now looking to throw. He's going to take a shot towards the end zone, has Boyd there. He makes the catch. Touchdown Dragons, a 31-yard touchdown reception for Brock Boyd. His 14th of the season, and the Dragons lead it 6-0.
Chris, I don't think you can get any better on our first drive for this Dragon offense. Terrific protection up front. Renda has all day to throw, finds Boyd shrieking down the right side into the San Angelo end zone. Great job, great pass, great catch by.
His down kick is up and through. After a 4-play, 87-yard drive that took just 48 seconds, Carroll leads it 7-0 with 7:42 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to the area round of the playoffs on the Dragon Sports Network.
As a Dragon, it's all about protecting the tradition. As a church, it's our mission to make more deeply committed followers of Jesus. This is Todd Renner from White's Chapel in Southlake. For over 150 years, White's Chapel has been a part of this community. And though times have changed, our need for the gospel of Jesus Christ, our need to worship and grow and serve, our need to shine the light into the darkness has today.
Hey, did you hear? Somebody didn't want Feed Store barbecue. That's right, it's true. One fella the other day, he wanted Feed Store chicken fried steak. And another asked for a Feed Store hamburger. And one scamp, well, he even had the nerve to ask for Feed Store burn-ins. Yeah, Feed Store is famous for its barbecue, but there's so much more. Order online at feedstorebbq.com and go Dragons.
Dragons lead at 7-0 after a Brock Boyd touchdown reception on their first drive of the game as Gavin Strange sends the ensuing kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. So the San Angelo offense picked up a couple of first downs on its first possession, but ultimately had one negative play, Robert. That 2nd and 12, that 3rd and 12 really is all it took to allow this Dragon defense to get the opponent into the position it wants them in.
Yeah, you got to keep San Angelo playing behind the chains. And the biggest thing on that first drive of San Angelo, that they were caught in a lot of 3rd down situations. Now they converted 2, but that 3rd time, they kind of shot themselves in the foot, Chris, put them in a tough spot.
1st and 10 from the 25. Carroll showing blitz. 2 receivers to the right, 1 left. Tight end to the right. Smith takes the snap. Play fake, looking over the middle, going to take a shot. This one is intercepted. Picked off at the 45-yard line by the Dragons. It's Parker Harris coming up with the interception. He returns it to the 39, and the Dragons have the ball in great field position.
What a play by Parker Harris, and he's playing literally with one hand tonight, just reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Comes over from the left side of the field to the right side. Great job in stepping in front of the receiver and making a huge interception. Again, talked about turnovers and creating opportunities. This Dragon team is doing that right now tonight, Chris.
Turnover is brought to you by Paragon Designs. Turn over your next remodel or new home design to Paragon Designs. For Harris, that is his 2nd interception of the season for this Dragon defense overall. Pick number 8. So Carroll ball at the 39-yard line of Central from the left hash. The offense comes out there with 2 backs in the backfield with Renda. Jackamar is going to motion out of the backfield. They're going to flip it to him in the right flat. Across the 40-yard line, 35, dives forward shy of the 30. It'll be about a yard short of the first down.
You got to love what Riley Dodge is doing right now. Again, just bringing Luke Jackamar from the left side of the field to the right side, an extension of the run game, getting the perimeter receivers on the right side, working to walk. And you see the speed of Jackamar when he gets there into the flats. Terrific job by Jackamar.
2nd and 1, 4 receivers left. They get it to Mackey on a wide receiver screen. Good blocking out in front. Makes a defender miss as he crosses the 20, falls forward to the 16. And a first down for Carroll.
And great job by Randy. I'm going to pick you right. I'm going to pick you left. Now hits Caden Mackey. But I'll tell you, these perimeter receivers, they're on a mission tonight, doing an excellent job blocking, creating the holes and the opportunity for Mackey on that play for a Dragon first down.
14-yard gain for Mackey. Empty backfield here. 4 receivers right. They go to the receiver screen again. Other side, this time it's Boyd. Lowers the shoulder inside the 10. Close to the line to gain for a first down, up to the 7-yard line. I think it'll be second and short.
Again, pick play to the left, pick play to the right. Get the ball in your playmaker hands. And again, it starts with that blocking on the perimeter. They're doing an excellent job on this Dragon offense.
Another 9-yard gain for the Dragons. They come out with that same set, flip it to the left side. 4 receivers left, 1 to the right. Knowles all alone by himself on the right side of the formation. Boyd stacked in the slot behind Blake Gunter. Renda takes the snap on 2nd and 1. Floats one up for Knowles in the end zone. It is intercepted. Picked off by the Bobcats. Coming away with the interception for Central is Cash Jastro, junior out there in coverage on Knowles. And Carroll turns it over.
Again, St. Angel's just bringing the house on that. And Angelo probably wants that one back. They probably need just a little bit more air underneath it for Knowles to go up and catch it at the high point. But great play by San Angelo, creating a turnover, which they had to do as the Dragons were threatening.
Again, turnovers brought to you by Paragon Designs. Turn over your next remodel or new home design to Paragon Design. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Bobcats here. Motion to tight end from the slot back into the formation, and we'll keep it on the ground, use them as the lead blockers. Spitting across the 20-yard line up to the 24 is Darius Hewitt, the junior running back, one of 3 running backs that the Bobcats have used a lot this year.
Yeah, Coach Smith said he has a 3-person platoon there that they all offer something a little bit different. And on that side, they pull the lineman out to the left from the right, almost like a buck sweep, trying to get some speed on the edge, picking up 5 yards on the first down or on first down.
Hewitt's run for about 400 yards on the season. Carroll showing some pressure off the edge. They give it to Hewitt again, cuts back across the right side, 30-35, finally brought down near the 40-yard line by Austin Bussman.
Great job by Hewitt in the line up front for St. Angelo. A good push on this Dragon defensive line. Started left, cut back right, and found some space in the second level. Good pickup by St. Angelo.
15-yard gain. Dragon Den first down to the 40. Ball in the right hash. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Smith looking to throw. Has some time. Now flushed out to the right. Now Lucky pressuring him. He floats it up, and it's intercepted. Taken away by Luke Bussman. He's hit at the 25. Stays inbounds all the way inside the 5-yard line, steps out at the 2. There is a flag down at the 25-yard line. So we'll see what this one is. But Smith just kind of floated it down the sideline as he was under pressure.
Yeah, we talk about Smith on those. You put pressure on him, he has a tendency to make the air throw. And I'm not sure if this penalty came after the interception.
Statistician Scott Farrell saying before the interception. Carroll's running some new defensive players onto the field, so that would lead you to believe it is. They're going to get Jake Lucky for roughing the passer. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for the Bobcats across the 50-yard line.
That's tough for the big man. We talk about opportunities in the backfield. He gets in there about probably once or twice a game. He saw orange jersey and he wanted to make the strike. Great pressure, just a little too much activity there on the quarterback.
Ball at the 45 on the right hash. 2 receivers each side of the formation for Central. One comes across left to right. That's Colton Hill. They'll keep it on the ground with Hewitt again. Not much up the middle, maybe 2-3 yards on the play. It'll be second down.
Yeah, San Angelo, it looks like Coach Smith really wants to attack the central part of this Dragon defense, right up the middle. You're playing the 3-3 stack. You're a little soft there up the middle. You don't have as many down linemen, so they're trying to get some type of surge up the middle.
Tight end to the right, 2 receivers left, 2nd and 8. High snap, Smith pulls it down, lifts one down the left sideline. It is completed down the left sideline inside the 15-yard line. Making the play was Colton Hill, the senior. That's his favorite target. It's a Dragon Den first down.
Again, you give Micah Smith some time. There's good protection up front, and then he just hits Colton Hill on the go route there on the left side, and great job by Colton Hill and just bringing that down.
28 yards on the reception. Ball up to the 16. 1st and 10 from there, 2 receivers each side. About 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Carroll on top 7-0. Smith looking to throw. Has time. Left side. This one's intercepted. Picked off by the Dragons. This time it was Robbie Ladd in coverage coming away with the pick, and we're just going back and forth with the turnovers here in the first quarter.
Trading punch for punch, Chris, and I tell you what, Robbie Ladd, he can do it from sideline to sideline, does a terrific job on really just staying home on coverage, reading Micah Smith's eyes, and just jumping up, getting the interception. And this is something, if you're Coach Smith, you're going to have to, play coach and father on this and say, Micah, you got to slow down a little bit. You got to take what the defense gives you. Don't force the throws. And what we're seeing from Micah, he's actually forcing throws, Chris, putting them in tough spots in the San Angelo offense.
So now the Dragons will take back over at their own 11-yard line. On the right hash, they come out with 2 receivers each side. Davis Penn alongside Renda in the backfield. On first down, they'll hand it to Penn, running behind the right guard. Short gain of a couple along the right side of the line.
And this is the Dragon offense has done a great job so far in establishing the run. They can't get away from it because it does open opportunities in the passing game. But this, the San Angelo defense, they're very, very similar to the Dragon defense where they play that 3-3 stack, and they bring in that middle linebacker, Chris Walker, almost every play.
Renda will throw on 2nd and 8. Goes right side. This one is caught across the sticks by Boyd. That'll move the chains. A Dragon Den first down across the 20-yard line to the 23.
And we mentioned Chris Walker, the middle linebacker for San Angelo. He will bring that blitz almost every single play. Great job by the Dragon line, picking it up, giving time for Renda, hitting Boyd on the comeback route on the right side.
And this defense for the Bobcats, Riley Owens, Brian Sandoval, Colton Kent, the 3-down linemen. They spread these linebackers way out as Renda looks to throw with an empty backfield. Flushed out to the left. Angelo on the run, throws down the right side looking for Jacquemart, and he makes the catch and is interfered with. Jacquemart was brought down well before the ball got there and still comes up with the catch.
What a terrific job by Angelo. We've seen this play out throughout the year where it just kind of turns into backyard football. Protection broke down. Renda scrambles off to the left, really just finding Jacquemart all alone. Great throw, great catch, and then also putting it on top. Pass interference.
43 yards on the completion from Renda to Jacquemart. And it gives Carroll a Dragon Den first down at the central 35-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. For the Dragons, Jacquemart to Renda's right. Design run for the quarterback. Jacquemart, the lead blocker, lays a big hit. Angelo into space, but tripped up at the last moment by this Bobcats defense. A touchdown saving tackle by the senior safety Bryson Sanders. First down to the 20-yard line.
You got to love the design runs. And again, the first one is to the left and this one is to the right. And what a block by Luke Jacquemart. And you saw Renda turn on the jets and got a shoestring tackle on him, or he would have been in the end zone.
So first down at the 20. 2 receivers each side, tight to the set. Jacquemart stays in the backfield. Going in motion is Mackey. They flip it to him, running right to left across the 15, inside the 10. Mackey inside the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown. Caden Mackey finds the end zone on the ground, a 20-yard run, and Carroll goes up 13-0.
What a play, a little jet sweep to Caden Mackey. And again, you talk about, blocking for your brothers, and great job on getting Mackey into the end zone. And that's all Caden Mackey. That is speed, finding your target in the end zone, and getting the ball.
The officials are discussing something. I didn't see a flag come out on the field. Let's see if we can hear the call. Foul goes against Central, so Carroll will decline the penalty. It is a touchdown for the Dragons. Caden Mackey into the end zone for the third time this season. All touchdowns brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. Here late in the first quarter. Out of the snap of Cody Williford, the hold of Zach Hayes. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. And with 1:18 to go in the first quarter, it's the Dragons 14, the Bobcats nothing in the second round of the playoffs on the Dragon Sports Network.
Dragon fans, the wait is over. The Dragon Den is your one-stop shop for spirit wear, gear. Protect the tradition and shop at the Den. We are open every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and all freshman, JV, and varsity home games. The Dragon Den is the perfect spot to gear up for game day. Go Dragons!
Hey Dragons, athletes, fans, and champions of all kinds. I'm Dr. Isabel Lopez at Life's Medicine, and my team and I are here to help you feel, recover, and perform at your absolute best. From guided weight loss to hormone balance, we create a personalized game plan for peak health. Boost your recovery with cryotherapy, recharge with red light therapy, and fuel your body with our powerful Slim Shots. Don't just cheer from the sidelines. Step into your own strongest and healthiest self. Visit us and let's build your winning season, both on and off the field, at Life's Medicine, where health meets performance. Go Dragons!
14-0 Carroll as Gavin Strange kicks it away after the second Dragon touchdown. This one will land in the end zone for another touchback. The Bobcats let it hit inside the navy blue end zone. Carroll will go back out on the field on defense after a 5-play, 89-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 4 seconds and ended with the Caden Mackey touchdown. We've seen the Dragons on offense show a couple of different looks with guys in the backfield. We've seen Luke Jacquemart there. We've seen showing a lot of different looks.
I love seeing you're punishing the inside, you're hitting on the outside, but all of it is just really extension of the run game.
On first down, the Bobcats keep it on the ground, and it's the sophomore running back Xavier Johnson back into the game. We've seen a different running back on each of the first 3 possessions for the Bobcats. Johnson picks up 5 on first down.
If you're this back Bobcat offense, you've got to stick with the run game. You know, they've been going to the passing game when they get in these 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 situations. Keep running the ball and try to get inch closer on these yard markers.
They give it to Johnson again. Falls forward to the 33.
Johnson again on the carry.
And they've run for more than 200 yards in 5 of their last 6 games. Been pretty balanced offensively over the course of the year, but it's trended more towards the run over the last half of the season.
I think you can see why. I mean, they have a dynamic, they have a very solid offensive line, and this sophomore running back is a name you need to remember for the years to come. He's going to be a major player for the San Angelo team.
They send a tight end in motion, Judson Bright right to left, keep it on the ground with Johnson again, trying to fight forward for the first down. It's going to be close right at him for a Dragon Den first down.
Well, they might have got a first down, but I'll tell you what, Will Lyons, number 32, he had a touchdown-saving tackle right there. But again, this offensive line for San Angelo doing a good job on creating some holes.
And that will be the final play of the first quarter. The 1 quarter in the books. It's Carroll 14 and Central nothing as they flip sides. You're listening to the second round of the playoffs on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hello, Dragon fans. Julie Walter here from the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title, located right here in Southlake. It's Dragon football season, and as a mother of 4 former Dragons, I truly know how busy our fall schedules can get. At the Baker Firm, we provide great customer service with our knowledgeable escrow team, and we pride ourselves with a boutique-style title office that will close our customers anywhere in the DFW area. So, as you get ready to sell, buy, or refinance your home, be sure to tell your local agent or lender you want to close with the Baker Firm, and you are sure to score a touchdown.
Start of the second quarter from Art Briles Stadium in Stephenville. Chris Blake with Robert Clayton as we bring you area round coverage of the Dragons. Carroll knocking off Crowley 35-0 in the bi-district round last week in Southlake. And coming out west, as is the norm for this Carroll team in round 2. It's Bobcats ball at their own 35-yard line from the left hash. 3 receivers right. They keep it on the ground, giving it to Johnson again. Runs through an arm tackle across the 40-yard line, trying to tiptoe along the left sideline before he's finally pushed out of bounds by Will Lines and Zach Hayes. It's a big run for the sophomore and results in a first down.
Again, just the inside zone to the left, and Xavier Johnson, I tell you what, when he can get past that D-line and get to the second level, he is hard to bring down. He's the guy you've got to hit and you've got to wrap up, or he's going to get that extra yardage. A terrific running back. I tell you what, he's coming on the scene tonight.
Picked up 20 on that one to the Dragon 45. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Give it to him again. Why not? This time he is hit right at the line of scrimmage by Zach Hayes. Nice job by the defensive end for the Dragons.
And you got to love Zach Hayes. He's a guy who's come back. He got hurt the first game of the year versus Midland, and he's been out. He's made his mark back on this defense for the last few weeks, and he is a terrific run stopper and bolsters this defense tremendously.
He actually lost a yard on the play, did Johnson. So they bring Colton Hill in motion left, can't find anywhere to go with it, dances out to the right, tries to get it into flat to the running back Elijah Allen. I believe it hit the turf, and it will be an incomplete pass. So 3rd and 11 coming up.
Getting pressure on Smith is the key because he can sit back and make the throws, but you've got to put a little pressure on him. You got to make him dance in that pocket.
Bobcats are 3 of 4 on 3rd down today, but the one they didn't convert was a 3rd and 12 early on. 3 receivers right, 1 left. They bring one in motion to the slot left. Allen still the running back out of the backfield. Smith rolling out, naked bootleg to the right, throws across his body over the middle. This is complete, but it's going to be shy of the first down. Colton Hill makes the catch, but it might be in go-for-it territory for Mark Smith.
I think you've got a huge back in the backfield. You got Xavier Johnson. You know the ball is going to him through this Dragon defense. You know, like we mentioned, he can just fall forward for 2 or 3 yards, Chris. So no doubt he's going to be getting the ball here.
It's at the 40 or the 37. They've got to get to the 35. 4th down play coming up for this Dragon defense. Carroll side making some noise. Heavy set. Strong to the left, and they've got a false start. One of the linemen jumped for the Bobcats, and that may change the calculus for Mark Smith. This is the right guard, Ethan Boyd, who jumped as they were starting to motion the 2 tight ends across the formation from left to right.
And that's a tough break. Ethan Boyd, one of their best linemen. We talk about teams shooting themselves in the foot in opportunities. This is the second time tonight the San Angelo team has done this. You've got to be disciplined if you're going to try to capitalize on this Dragon defense.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Got to get to the 35. 2 receivers to each side. Smith looking to throw. Heavy pressure. Blitz coming. Ball comes out, and Carroll has it inside Bobcat territory at the central 49.
Chris, Austin Busman comes off the left side of this Dragon defense like a missile. Delivers a hit to Micah Smith. Fumble, recovery by the Dragons. What a play call by Coach Munn in this Dragon defense.
Busman continues to be a force for the Dragons. Carroll now has come up with, 3 turnovers tonight already. A couple of interceptions, and now the fumble recovery, all in the first 14 minutes of this game. So Carroll with great field position here. Ball at the 49-yard line of the Bobcats. Jacquemart in the backfield with Renda. 2 receivers each side. Jacquemart motions out to the left. Empty set. Angelo takes the snap. They rush 4. Steps up. Goes deep over the middle of the field. Wide open. It's Brock Boyd inside the 15. Into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Brock Boyd from Angelo Renda. 49 yards for 6.
What a job by Coach Dodge. Whenever he gets a turnover, he always likes to go for the knockout punch, so to speak, on the first play out. Great protection up front, brought a blitz, offensive line picked it up. Angelo stood in the pocket, hit Boyd step for step down the middle of the field. Great pitch and catch by Renda to Boyd. Touchdown Dragons.
20-0 Carroll after the Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate touchdown. Renda had a great first quarter in which he went 7 for 8 for 135 yards and a touchdown, adds 49 yards and a second score to that total. The CLC Roofing extra point try is good off the foot of Gavin Strange, and with 10 minutes even to go in the second quarter, it's Carroll 21 and Central nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Hey, Dragon fans, this is Robert Clayton with the Clayton team at Clayton Real Estate. Karen Young and I have been proudly serving Southlake for over 30 years in residential resale, family owned and operated, and former Dragons. Being a Dragon graduate, we truly understand what it means to be a Dragon. Tradition, excellence, and a winning team. That's what we provide our clients, the best service and experience in the industry with a winning tradition. Dragons representing Dragons. Call 944-4152 or visit us on the web at www.dragonrealtors.com. Go Dragons.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together.
21-0 Dragons, 10
take
minutes to go in the second quarter. After the second touchdown reception tonight for Brock Boyd, Angelo Renda now 8 of 9 for 184 yards and 2 touchdowns as Gavin Strange sends one into the end zone once again. So this Bobcats offense has shown an ability to move the football against the Carroll defense, but it's been penalties, it's been turnovers that have shot the Bobcats in the foot tonight.
I think more importantly, too, Chris, is that they've gotten away at times from what's been working, which is the ground and pound. You know, they're finding opportunities and creating third and shorts that, again, shoot themselves in the foot. But, you know, they've got to find some consistency on offense and just not rush these passes. You know, it's such a talented Dragon defense. You've got to capitalize on any opportunity that you have.
So 2 receivers to the right, 1 left. Xavion Johnson back into the game at a running back spot. Micah Smith looking to throw. They set up a wide receiver screen. The pass falls incomplete. Looking for Colton Hill. And it falls to the turf. Again, Hill was their leading receiver this season. 63 catches, 800 yards, 12 touchdowns.
And they've got a pair of those receivers that do a fine job, and Jimmy Edwards as well, right behind Colton Hill on receiving yards. They've got some talent on that perimeter.
2nd and 10 from the left hash, ball at the 25-yard line. Tight end motions left to right. They give it to Johnson on the ground on a counter play, and he is tackled after a gain of about 3. Shy of the 30-yard line. Zach Hayes, Jake Lucky in there on the stop.
We talked about Jake Lucky, what he brings, and just maintaining that gap integrity, especially on counter plays. It's tough. If you can't move him, that run game's not going to do anything for the San Angelo offense.
Hill goes in motion left to right. 1 receiver remains on the left side of the formation. Hill looking to throw on 3rd and long over the middle, nearly intercepted again. He was looking for the tight end, Kastner scribbling, and it was Austin Busman nearly coming up with another pick.
Huge play again by the Dragon defense. You know, you give a little bit of pressure on Smith, and you know he creates those wild throws, and that's what we're seeing tonight. You got to keep that constant pressure. They did some games up front. Again, put him in a 4th down situation.
The offense is huddled up near the sideline, or that was the punt unit. They are going to kick this one away. Caleb Holbert, the senior punter for the Bobcats. And Boyd and Jackamar back to receive this one as the play clock was ticking down and it hits 0. It'll be a delay of game penalty on Central. So Boyd and Jacquemart back to receive this one. Holbert gets the foot into it. Near midfield, Jacquemart calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 38-yard line. Well, high school football fans, don't miss out on the opportunity to be a part of Texas football history. Mark your calendars for the UIL State Football Championships, December 17th through 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where the best teams from 6-man to 6A leave it all on the field in the hopes of being named state champion. For the latest updates and ticket information, head over to uiltexas.org/football. Again, uiltexas.org/football. Carroll fans, as usual, just in case you want to leave some weekends open, 6A games are on the final day.
Third goal, Chris.
Yeah, the final day of that run on the 20th. Angelo Renda's last 2 passes have gone for touchdowns. He's going to keep it on the ground himself this time, sliding forward across the 45-yard line. They'll actually say he started his slide a little bit shy of it. Mark him down at the 44, 6-yard gain.
Again, a design QB run right up the middle. A great job by Renda. Smart running, getting down on the field, not taking a hit. Early in the game, he went out of bounds instead of trying to take a hit. Very smart running by Angelo Renda.
Brooks Biggers into the game at running back now for the Dragons. 2 receivers each side. Ball right at the center of the field. Flips it out left side. This is Gunter. Across the 50, 45, spinning out of a tackle, and Blake Gunter continues to rack up the yardage after the catch all the way to the 40-yard line of the Bobcats for a Dragon Den first down. Pick up a 16.
Now, Chris, number 5 gets me so excited when he gets the ball in his hand. You get him on the left, you get him in plain space, and I tell you what, his yards are truly after catch, and you just love seeing the effort that he gives once he has the ball in his hands. Number 5 is a special player.
First down and 10. Renda already was 200 yards passing after that catch and run by Gunter as they give it to Biggers. Flipped up into the air, falls down at the 35-yard line of the Bobcats. Gain of about 5 on the play. So he went airborne over the defender.
You got to love the way Biggers hit the hole there. Just an inside zone on the right side in between Kerry Clayton, C.J. Johnson, and Tristan Dare. Great job on getting to the second level.
They'll put Mackey back into the game for Biggers. We've seen a lot more of this 5-receiver set for Carroll really tonight than we have all year. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Dragons from the 36. Coverage tilted to the left side of the formation for Central. Renda on a design run. Big hole right up the middle. Has an offensive lineman out in front. Has a Dragon Den first down as he crosses the 25-yard line to the 24.
The use of Renda tonight is, I love that it's actually a pre-planned, again, just emptying out the backfield, spreading the defense out, opening the middle, and allowing Renda to use his wheels in the second level. Tremendous play call.
It's Will Barley getting out and leading the way for the quarterback as Renda picks up 11 more. We talked about his full skill set being on display against Crowley last week, doing it again with his legs tonight. 2 receivers to each side. Biggers still in the backfield with Angelo. Takes the snap, play fake to Biggers. Renda with time, going left side, looking end zone. It falls incomplete. The intended receiver for the Dragons was Blake Gunter. In coverage down there, the senior Michael Duran.
Chris, it's great to see Will Barley in the left guard. Pre-game, he was very, very sick, had to go into the ER. And came back and has now made his appearance back onto the field. Warrior mentality for the left guard, Will Barley, the junior. He's a guy I've talked about a lot. He's a guy I like to bring down a dark alley, Chris, just a true warrior there on the field.
I think that was your description of him before the first game of the season.
Absolutely.
It stays the same. 2nd and 10. Renda keeping it himself, has blockers out in front. Across the 20-15, steps out of bounds at the 12.
Great perimeter blocking by the Dragons on the right side, and we've seen it all night. Again, Renda doing it with his legs. He's so fast at any time. He is the fastest guy on the field. I love the way they're utilizing him in this Dragon offense tonight.
First down for the Dragons. First downs all night brought to you by Dragon Den. Renda now with 75 yards on the ground tonight. 2 receivers each side of the formation. This time they keep it on the ground. Davis Penn back into the game for Carroll up to the 10-yard line. Gain of 2.
Number 3, Davis Penn
They're talking about this Dragon offense. They had a former Hall of Famer and Dragon legend, Trey Newton, come talk to them on Thursday, getting the team hyped up, and one of Riley Dodge's best friends. Terrific job on rallying the troops, Trey. I heard the speech was great.
2 tight ends into the game for Carroll here. John Mark Fraga, Jacob Bobrowski. 1 receiver to the left, and Penn in the backfield. One receiver right side as well. Renda will throw one up to the end zone left side. This one is incomplete. They were looking for Knowles this time, and it's Duran in coverage again. Second nice play he's made in the end zone for the Bobcats.
Again, you're in the territory where Riley and the receivers and Renda, they love to throw to spots versus the man, and trying to get to the high spot to Knowles. It almost came down with the touchdown, but you got to keep going to that play. That's going to be something that this Dragon offense has got to utilize down this playoff stretch.
Well, we are more than 18 minutes into the game, and Carroll is just now facing a third down for the first time tonight. 3rd and 8 from the 10-yard line. 2 receivers each side. Penn in the backfield with Renda. Angelo throwing end zone again. This one is incomplete over the head of Blake Gunter, and it looks like they will kick here on 4th and 8 in the red zone. Well, Gavin Strange out there to kick. Missed a couple of field goals in last week's game against Crowley. Riley Dodge going right back to him.
They don't get a lot of opportunities with this offense, so anytime you're able to get the field goal unit on the field for an attempt is a very useful part of this Dragon offense.
Snaps down, kick is up, and it splits the uprights. Brought to you by CLC Roofing. So Strange connects for the Dragons with 5:38 to go in the second quarter. It's Carroll 24, Central nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
Looking for a roofer who truly knows Southlake? My name is Chad Cross, owner of CLC Roofing, a longtime Southlake resident who's proud to serve this community. For decades, we have protected Dragon Country with roofs built to handle the scorching sun, sudden hail, and high winds, all while keeping your homes looking beautiful. CLC Roofing proudly supports the Carroll ISD, the Carroll Booster Club, and local events. Supporting Southlake is part of who we are. We know every HOA standard, city code, and neighborhood nuance because we live here too. When the storm hits, we're not hours away. We're already in your community, ready to help the moment you need us. Our crews are safety certified and led by project managers who always focus on details. From minor repairs to full replacements, we bring expert craftsmanship and clear communication to every project. We only install top-tier roofing materials, and as an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, we can offer extended warranties most roofers cannot, because trust and quality go hand in hand. Protect the tradition, Southlake.
(24-0) Carroll after a Gavin Strange field goal extends the lead for the Dragons, capping a 10-play, 52-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Here Strange kicks it away and will deliver another touchback for this Dragon offense. Well, we've talked a little bit about head coach Mark Smith of the Bobcats, and he's had an interesting career path. Started out as an assistant coach in North Texas before ultimately rising to be head coach at LD Bell, where he led the team to 3 playoff appearances in 4 years. Then went the college route for a while, SMU, Arkansas, Colorado, Oklahoma, but decided to come back to the high school ranks because said he really wanted to coach his son. Has 3 children, 2 daughters and a son, and said, I got one shot to do this, and let's do it. So his son is the quarterback, Micah Smith. 1st and 10. Smith keeps it on the ground, and short gain up to 27-yard line for Elijah Allen.
You talk about Coach Smith's, really his history as a coach, and he's been at some big-level programs. He's a personal friend of Coach Venables at Oklahoma. He's been part of his staffs, and he's a guy just knows an awful lot about football, and a lot of intertwining ties. He coached forward Southlake Dragon legend Evan Brown at SMU. We talked a little bit about that, and he's a little bit of roots. He's got some ties to you, Chris, at Irving MacArthur.
You as well, almost.
Go-karts. I didn't never set foot in that high school, Chris. But I did grow up in that area until I moved to Southlake, or our family moved. But it seemed like y'all had a lot in common with the old Redbirds.
We've talked about this maybe once or twice this season, not a ton, but it does seem like more coaches than you would think have ties to that high school in the early 2000s than you would expect, just based on a percentage basis. As on second down, they get rid of it into the flat. Tackle made after a short gain. Catch made by Gavin Johnson.
We talked about one of his most interesting stops was out in Long Island, right after, I believe he left Colorado. He went out there for about a COVID season in the fall and coached, but never actually coached a game because the season got canceled, and he left immediately after that. And maybe he went to Colorado right after that. Got my
Colorado after,
he said that was the experience, but he knew he wanted to be back and be back in Texas eventually and coaching high school football.
Well, a timeout called here on the field by the Bobcats, so we will take it as well. Timeouts brought to you by Dragon Special Olympics. 4:42 to go in the first half. It's Carroll 24, Central nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
Southlake Dermatology offers specialized acne regimens using a combination of prescriptions and procedures that are covered by insurance. The Specialized Acne Treatment Center offers a full range of services with access to samples and rebates that are only available through a dermatologist. Our office is on the 3rd floor of the Southlake Medical Building attached to Methodist Hospital off of 114. Find us on Facebook or search our website at southlakedermatology.com.
Mark Smith uses his first timeout with 4:42 to go in the second quarter. Dragons leading Central 24-0. It is third down for the Bobcats. Ball at their own 29-yard line. And Micah Smith has had a tough start at quarterback. Couple of picks and one lost fumble. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Smith will throw on third down. Fires right side. This one is incomplete. Knocked away by Gavin Strange. The intended receiver was Jimmy Edwards.
Great job by Gavin Strange, just coming down and cutting in front of the receiver and making a play on the ball, preventing a first down for San Angelo. Again, this Dragon defense is coming up with play after play, it seems like, all game long.
Secondary for the Dragons has been really good the last couple of weeks, winning a lot of individual matchups. It feels like breaking up more passes than we've seen at times this year. So Holbert back to punt it away again for the Bobcats. 2 return men again, Boyd and Jacquemart for the Dragons. Play clock ticking down again, and Bobcats will use their second timeout as they were about to be hit with another delay of game penalty before a punt. So we'll take the timeout as well, brought to you by Carroll ISD Special Olympics with 4:35 to go in the second quarter. It's Carroll 24 and Central nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Come check out Champions Club at the Mark Southlake. Conveniently located off Southlake Boulevard in Bicentennial Park, Champions Club is your local, safe, and fun destination for fitness, play, and connection. From state-of-the-art workout spaces and exciting group fitness classes to our aquatic center, indoor courts, and party rentals, there's something for everyone. Make Champions Club your home for health, recreation, and family fun. Join today and discover what it means to live like a champion. Go Dragons!
Another Bobcat timeout before a punt as the play clock was winding down. Now Caleb Holbert will try to get this one away with the clock stopped. Snap goes back. He gets the foot into it. And this one is going to be short. I think it may have hit a Dragon, so it's picked up by Luke Jacquemart, and he steps across the boundary out of bounds
on the return.
Near the 35-yard line.
It takes a little bit of time from the breakout and get set formationally. It used up a timeout on the possession before, but seemingly, again, the Dragons in good field position, really been able to do whatever they wanted to do all night long against this San Angelo defense.
38-yard punt for Holbert, and Carroll takes over at the 32-yard line. 2 receivers each side, Penn in the backfield with Renda. 1 receiver coming in motion. Flag comes out. I think this may be a false start. And it is.
Big C.J. Johnson just getting a little excited up there at right guard.
So Johnson jumping there.
C.J. Johnson, a sophomore offensive lineman, terrific young player, huge future in front of him on the Dragon offensive line.
Gotten the chance to play some big minutes here this season. This offensive line will be a lot of good preparation for his career last couple of years in green and white, as this first down play is a completed pass across the 35-yard line. Caught over there by Brody Knowles, his first catch of the night. It'll be second down at about 6.
Tackle made by number 28, Michael Duran. Second down and 6.
Ball on the left hash after that completion to the 36-yard line. 2 receivers each side again for Angelo Renda, with Davis Penn to his right in the backfield. Bobcats showing pressure off the right side. They bring it. Renda throws right, completes it to Boyd, breaks 1 tackle across the 45-yard line and shoved out of bounds at the 46. Flag down behind the plate.
Run out of bounds by number 2, Noah Rogers. Flags on the play.
Carroll's not backing up yet. Going to get the Bobcats for roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty. Catch is good.
Again, another penalty on San Angelo. You're getting yardage by not having to do anything at all if this Dragon offense. You just can't give up that type of penalty. Putting them in a tough spot now, crossing the 50.
So tacks on 15 yards to that 10-yard reception. Jacquemart motions out of the backfield. 3 receivers left, 1 right. They get it to Jacquemart on a wide receiver screen, and he is brought down after a short gain. Good open field tackle there made by a guy we haven't talked much about yet, but maybe their best defensive player in Mason Van Sickle.
He's got a few offers on his belt for the San Angelo team. He's a taller linebacker, a little rangy, and he's got some ability in terms on that back end, on that defense, and these guys shows up on film quite a bit as we're going through the week.
4 receivers right, no deep safeties over the middle for the Bobcats with an empty backfield for Carroll. They show pressure, rush 5 over the middle. It's Knowles all alone, 1 man to beat. Knowles makes a miss and will get into the end zone. What a move by Brody Knowles to get away from the defender and into the end zone. A 36-yard catch and run for the junior.
A terrific job up front by the offensive line, giving time to Renda. And then Renda just staying in the pocket, hits Knowles on a slant on the left, and then Knowles breaks the ankles of the San Angelo defender, makes a cut back to the left for the end zone, and finds pay dirt. Terrific execution by this Dragon offense.
3rd passing touchdown of the night for Angelo Renda. And Carroll leads it 30-0. Touchdowns tonight brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. And the point after try by Gavin Strange is good, presented by CLC Roofing. So 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. It's the Dragons 31 and the Bobcats nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
For mission-critical business litigation in Texas, business owners and executives trust Sean McCaskill and the law firm of Godwin Bowman PC. My wife Laura and I are 20-year residents of Southlake and the proud parents of 4 Dragons. I've been a dedicated volunteer in Southlake for the past 13 years, including serving 7 years on Southlake City Council. I'm the president and managing shareholder at Godwin Bowman, which was established in Dallas in 1980 to serve clients with business litigation issues all the way to the Texas Supreme Court. I've been with the firm for over 20 years, and I'm board certified in civil appellate law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. Please consider me, Sean McCaskill, and the law firm of Godwin Bowman for your business litigation needs. Please visit our website at www.godwinbowman.com for more information. I promise you that we'll provide big city experience together with small town service.
Gavin Strange kicks it away with 2:40 to go in the second quarter. Carroll on top 31-0, and it goes into the end zone for another touchback. Carroll coming off a 4-play, 68-yard drive that took 1 minute and 44 seconds, ended with that Brody Knowles touchdown reception.
It's tough when you get in the man-to-man coverage on any of these type of these Dragon receivers. It creates opportunities, and more than likely, those trio of receivers are going to win those one-to-one matchups. And Coach Dodge loves putting those guys in that position.
When with 4 receivers other side of the set, San Angelo had rolled all of its coverage over to that side. Knowles one-on-one, and that's a matchup Riley Dodge will take.
Absolutely.
Every time. 1st and 10. They send Hill in motion left to right. Smith keeps it on the ground here, giving it to a running back up the middle for a gain of a couple. It's Darius Hewitt, the junior, into the game.
The Dragon defense, it has San Angelo exactly where they want them. They're going to be forcing San Angelo to start forcing the ball down the field, which I don't really think is necessarily their forte. It's more of a blended offense, but they're going to be forced to put the ball up in the air here soon.
2nd and 7. Tight end goes in motion left to right. They give it to Hewitt again. Gets out of 1 tackle. Austin Bussman comes up and makes the stop. Finishing up the play, Gavin Strange in on the hit as well. Timeout called by the Dragons here with 2:04 to go in the quarter. So Riley Dodge wanting to use that 2-minute timeout as well to get the ball back before halftime. We'll take this one as well. 2:04 again to go in the second. It's Carroll 31, Central nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hello, Dragon fans. It's no secret, Southlake Carroll students have a long history of success. Protect the Tradition speaks to the success Carroll students have achieved in the past, both on and off the field. Games aren't won on game day. It's hours and hours of practice, working together, and trust in the process that builds confidence that leads our students to achieve extraordinary results. Like the Dragons, our team at Mills Wealth has a long history of success. We're celebrating our 25th year anniversary of helping clients make wise decisions about money. If we can help you, check us out online at millswealthadvisors.com.
Out of the timeout, the Bobcats face a 3rd and 7 with 2:04 to go in the second quarter, trailing 31-0. They're 0 of 3 on their last 3 third downs after starting the game 3 of 4. Tight end motions across left to right. Smith looking right. They set up a wide receiver screen and hit almost immediately right at the line of scrimmage and dropped. It'll be 4th down. It's completed to Jimmy Edwards.
We talk about the opportunity of this Dragon secondary. They've been on point all night, just big hits, big plays, and playing phenomenal coverage and staying home and not falling for the gimmicks of the San Angelo offense. Great tackle, putting San Angelo in another 4th down position.
Robbie Ladd on the stop, and it brings us to the 2-minute timeout here in Stephenville. 1:59 to go in the second quarter. It's Carroll 31, Central nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
For your next family get-together, church event, or corporate outing, well, leave the cooking to Feed Store Barbecue in Southlake. Feed Store has everything you need to make everyone happy, with delicious barbecue, fixings, and desserts. And the best part, they'll set it all up for you, and they'll take it away when you're done. All you have to do is eat. Call us at 817-488-1445 or online at feedstorebbq.com. Go Dragons.
Carroll will get the ball back one more time before halftime as the Bobcats will punt it away here on 4th and 5 with 1:59 to go in the second quarter. Holbert gets the snap, kicks it away, has not really had one returned since his first kick of the game. This one is fair caught by Luke Jacquemart at the 40-yard line, and Carroll will have 60 yards to go to the end zone after the 31-yard punt.
You know, you saw Coach Dodge take that timeout before really the 2-minute mark, giving the offense another opportunity. And again, you know, this might seem trivial. Why would you do that? But again, it gives an opportunity to run a hurry-up offense and give more experience to this Dragon offense. And this is what Coach Dodds likes to do. You got to get in-game experience in this offense, especially if you're going to make that deep run in the playoffs.
Now, does the Carroll offense need a 2 full minutes? Not necessarily. They've scored touchdowns in 48 seconds, 9 seconds, and 2 minutes and 4 seconds tonight. But getting a chance to run that 2-minute offense here at the end of the second quarter. Carroll also gets the ball first in the third. All 4 receivers come in tight to the set here. 2 each side, 1 back in the backfield. That's Biggers. Design run for Renda. Trying to get outside, picks up a yard to the 41. Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few different backs here for Southlake. You know, number 1, Davis Penn, then Brooks Biggers, but also Luke Jacquemart getting some backfield action as well. You know, changing up the looks for the San Angelo defense and blending with some power and speed.
Blake Gunter, Brody Knowles to the left. Cade Mackey brought Boyd to the right with Biggers in the backfield. On 2nd and 9, Renda has all day, throws over the middle. Wide open is Gunter. He's hit at the 40, trying to fall forward for some extra yardage. Does up to the 41-yard line, or the 39-yard line, I should say. It'll be a Dragon Den first down.
Great crossing route by Blake Gunter. Great throw by Angelo Renda.
20 yards, they go quickly. Get it outside. This is Gunter again across the 30-yard line and out of bounds along the Carroll sideline. Another first, or this is going to be second and short, rather, about 2nd and 1.
Again, you find Blake Gunter and what he can do with the ball. He's just so explosive when he gets the ball in his hands. But you love to see the command of the offense again. Angelo, you know, being the field general that he is, directing the Carroll offense.
90 seconds to go in the first half. 2 receivers each side for the Dragons here. Biggers still in the backfield. Renda will throw again. Has time. Left sideline. Complete. Boyd out of bounds inside the 20. First down for the Dragons to the 18.
A great job by Renda, just throwing the needle into Boyd. Little comeback route, gets a little separation, then quickly finds the sideline to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
12-yard gain for the Dragons. And there is a Bobcats defender slow to get up along the numbers on the Carroll sideline. So they'll come out to take a look at him. Gives us a chance to tell you that we'll speak with Jenny Suter coming up at halftime on the Feed Store Barbecue halftime show.
Assistant athletic director. She is a special young lady, does a terrific job. Been part of the Dragon family for quite a while now, and excited to hear her story and a little bit about Dragon athletics and what's happened so far this year and what's ahead.
There's something ahead in the short term. It's a pretty big deal tomorrow.
It is a huge deal. The Lady Dragon volleyball team is playing in the state championship. The second ever time to make a state finals and going for the first state championship ever in Southlake Carroll history. Ladies, if you're at home listening, get some sleep and go to bed. Get rested. You've got a game of your life tomorrow, but we're all excited for you, and the community can't wait to support you tomorrow.
And that'll be tomorrow in Garland, 6 o'clock against Austin High. 1:24 to go in the second quarter. 2 receivers each side. Biggers still in the backfield, ball at the 18. Renda gets it out to the right side. This is Gunter again. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks a second before stepping out of bounds. And it takes an army to bring down Blake Gunter.
It's good play action to the left. You know, getting the offensive line out to the left, moving like it's a run, then coming back to the right to Gunter. And again, Gunter does what he does. He's a tough man to bring down.
Picks up a couple of yards, but does get out of bounds to stop the clock. Still 1:17 to go in this quarter. Carroll has the ball at the 17. Renda already over 300 passing yards tonight. 3 touchdowns. Takes it here, left side. This one is overthrown over the head of Caden Mackey. Falls incomplete. they've spent a lot of time going out into the flats here in the first half, trying to set up those deeper shots.
Yeah, I mean, you take what the coverage gives you, and they play a little bit soft on the perimeter. They give that extra room and cushion for the Dragon receivers to really make those plays in space. Then hopefully you bring them down, then you go over the top, which we've seen tonight.
From the Bobcats, 16-yard
Well,
line.
Carroll is 0 of 1 on third down tonight, but they did convert a field goal after the fact. The situation would likely be similar here on 3rd and 8. Two backs in the backfield, Jacquemart to the left, Gunter to the right, so both guys that can flex out at those receiver positions. And a timeout here before the ball is snapped, called by Carroll. So we'll take the timeout as well with 1:14 to go in the second quarter. It's Carroll 31 and Central nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
This is John McKellar from White's Chapel in Southlake. This is one of my favorite times of the year because football is back. The Dragons are all about tradition, and White's Chapel is no different. For over 150 years, White's Chapel has been at the heart of this community. We're a church that preaches a message of grace and love. We'd like to invite you to join us for worship this weekend. Go Dragons!
Third down and 8 coming up for Carroll here with 1:14 to go in the first half. Leading 31-0 over St. Angelo Central in the second round of the playoffs. First playoff appearance for the Bobcats in 3 years. Carroll looking to put an end to that run. Davis Penn is in the game at running back. It's on 3rd and 8. Renda looking to throw. Has plenty of time. Lofts one up into the end zone. It is caught by Blake Gunter and into the end zone for a touchdown. He was hit right at the goal line, fell into the end zone, a 16-yard touchdown reception. It's 37-0.
Well, you can see Renda's eyes. He had to check down to Blake, and Blake was going on just a slant right down the middle, wide open, and great pitch and catch between Renda and Gunter, and touchdown Dragons. You can't say enough about Blake Gunter, just such a dynamic receiver and sure-handed receiver.
He's had a big game so far tonight. Touchdowns brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. Gavin Strange on for the CLC Roofing. Point after attempt and converts with 1:07 to go in the second. See, we said Carroll didn't necessarily need a full 2 minutes to get the ball into the end zone.
You're right, Chris.
It's the Dragons 38 and the Bobcats nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
Are you considering buying or selling your home in Southlake? I'm Kim Bedwell with Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty, and I would love to assist you. Recognized as one of the top professionals in Southlake by both industry peers and clients, I am a proud mother of 2 dragons and have been a resident of this amazing community for over 20 years. I know Southlake inside and out, and I am committed to ensuring your real estate journey is seamless and successful. You can find me at kimbedwell.com. Kim Bedwell Real Estate, delivering the highest level of experience and results in Southlake and beyond. Go Dragons!
Hey everyone, this is
1:07 to go in the second quarter. Carroll on top 38-0. This one is fair caught by Jesse Smith inside the 5-yard line by the Bobcats, so they'll get it back with just over a minute to play. It's been all Carroll here, a dominant first half. Angelo Renda already over 300 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and has done a great job with his legs as well tonight.
That's pretty good, isn't it, Chris?
300 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first half.
It's not bad.
I think it's good. It's already.
If you have it on your fantasy team, you're excited tonight.
He's already surpassed his output for the entire game last week when he had 212 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Micah Smith, the throw on first down, completes it at the 30-yard line along the numbers to his receiver, falling forward for the first down. is Jimmy Edwards. Dragon Den first down.
Again, Micah Smith is just getting out there on the right side of his offense, and a quick hitter there to his receiver. And you talk about you give him a little bit of time, he can make the throws. It's just when you get pressure on him, gets him a little rattled.
Xavion Johnson back into the game at running back. They fake it to him. Smith with some time, and stumbling is the intended receiver Colton Hill, or Jimmy Edwards, I should say, as he was near that Bobcats sideline. It falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
It just feels like it was a little slow developing, like Michael was just trying to wait on that play to develop, and it's kind of the story of them all night. Then in the passing game, it just maybe a step behind and not getting there. And again, they're going to have to push this ball down the field if they're going to try to get any points on the board at all.
35 seconds left in the half. Again, play fake. Looks like the same play. This time he completes it to Garcia across the 40-yard line, shy of the 45, brought down inbounds to the 44, an 8-yard gain.
A little comeback by Garcia, delivers a strike, and he does have accuracy.
The Bobcats will take a timeout here. We'll keep it here with just 25 seconds to go in the first half.
Chris, how's your coffee? You had a great experience at Chick-fil-A earlier. We had a Dragon fan who knew you all the way from Southlake. Was served you up a great cup of Joe.
We take it as a good sign for Carroll. We went to Chick-fil-A on the way here in Stephenville. You had, I believe, something Dragon on your truck, and he saw it and said
it's painted green. It has a dragon coming off the hood, Chris. So yes, it's pretty obvious what it is.
And he said, "Oh, Southlake's in the house. Everyone here is excited for you, Carroll, last year, but I moved to Stephenville this year." So he was rooting for the Dragons tonight, and he said there would be a big turnout, not just from Southlake and San Angelo tonight, but also from people who live here in Stephenville.
I want to see the greatest show on turf, Chris.
Again, the Carroll turnout's great tonight. The visiting side of the stadium pretty much packed out. I'd say at least a few thousand people on the Dragons sideline as the teams come back onto the field for this 3rd down and 2 play. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Empty backfield. First time we've seen that tonight for the Bobcats. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Design quarterback run. Smith takes a jab step, trying to pick his way forward for the first down, and does so to the Bobcat 48. He'll move the chains after a gain of 4.
Seemingly, Smith is running for his life, and you have Marcus Browse staring you down, and that's somewhere I do not want to be if I'm an opposing quarterback.
And a timeout here. Bobcats take their final timeout. But coffee was good, energized, ready to go. Yours, I see, is not quite finished yet.
I'm a sipper, Chris. I'm a sipper.
Went with the cold variety.
Well, you ordered a hot one.
You ordered the hot one.
And they said the Princess coffee doesn't take about 10 minutes to make, so we're in a rush. We had to set up, and you weren't able to get your hot coffee, so we decided on cold brew.
You can say that's how it went. The roles may have been reversed. But 38-0 Carroll leads here with 16 seconds to go in the second quarter. Again, coming up on the Feed Store Barbecue halftime show, we'll talk with Assistant Athletic Director Jenny Suter, who's already arrived in the booth, ready to go.
She is ready to go. She is going to set it on fire on this halftime show, so stay tuned.
Carroll again does get the ball first in the second half, so the Dragons with an opportunity to put up a big number in this game after that 35-0 win over Crowley in the bi-district round. New set of downs for the Bobcats, but no timeouts left. So maybe a chance for a couple of plays if they can get out of bounds. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, empty backfield for Micah Smith. They motion Colton Hill left to right across the formation. Smith waiting for the snap. Dragons rush 3. Smith flushed out of the pocket right side. Ladd comes on the pressure, throws short, incomplete along the Dragons sideline. A couple of receivers in the area were Hill and Johnson.
Again, pressure, from the Dragon defense, forcing Smith out of the pocket. You get him on the run, it's difficult for him to make those throws. And, we've just seen sometimes this passing game this half, it's just been really slow developing, for the Bobcat offense.
2nd and 10, 10 seconds left. Empty backfield again, 3 receivers left. Smith throws short over the middle, complete to Colton Hill. They're going to try to get up and spike it here with 3 seconds down to 2. They might not get a chance to do it, and that will do it for the second quarter. So they can't get up to the line, stop the clock before halftime, and that completion inbounds to Hill is the final play of the second quarter. So all Carroll in the first half, 38-0, the score over San Angelo Central in the second round of the playoffs. We'll take a timeout, come back with our Feed Store Barbecue halftime show in just a moment on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey everyone, this is Michael Baum, General Manager at Hearst and Louisville Autoplex. We are longtime supporters of all things Dragons. This season, if you want to show up to the game in style, come see me or Brees Higgins, where we have the largest selection of late model, high-end, pre-owned trucks and SUVs. As a family-owned and operated dealership, we'll treat you like part of our family. Come see us on either side of the Metroplex and get a new ride today. Shop us online 24/7 at HurstAutoplex.com. Go Dragons!
Recoat Revolution, your one-day floor solution. I'm Joe Worrell, Southlake resident, Air Force veteran, and proud father of 2 dragons. Our one-day sandless, dustless process refreshes flooring without the mess, smell, and expense of traditional refinishing. If your floors have damage, wear from furniture, or even little dragon talons, we can tackle those issues to have you back in a clean home that night. Sandless, dustless, odorless, done by dinner. Recoat Revolution. Go Dragons!
Dragon fans, the wait is over. The Dragon Den is your one-stop shop for spirit wear, gear, and everything green, black, and white. Show your pride and represent Southlake Carroll everywhere you go. Protect the tradition and shop at the Den. We are open every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and all freshman, JV, and varsity home games. The Dragon Den is the perfect spot to gear up for game day. Go Dragons!
Hey, Dragons, athletes, fans, and champions of all kinds. I'm Dr. Isabel Lopez at Life's Medicine, and my team and I are here to help you feel, recover, and perform at your absolute best. From guided weight loss to hormone balance, we create a personalized game plan for peak health. Boost your recovery with cryotherapy, recharge with red light therapy, and fuel your body with our powerful Slim Shots. Don't just cheer from the sidelines. Step into your own strongest and healthiest self. Visit us and let's build your winning season, both on and off the field, at Life's Medicine, where health meets performance. Go Dragons!
Junior lieutenants are Eleanor Brownfield.
Welcome back to Stephenville Art Briles Stadium, where Carroll leads San Angelo Central tonight 38-0 as we welcome you into the Feed Store Barbecue halftime show. Chris Blake with Robert Clayton, joined now by Carroll ISD Assistant Athletic Director Jenny Suter. And, Jenny, thanks for making the trip up to the booth tonight.
Yes, thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys.
This is one of my favorite people in the entire world, Jenny. Again, yeah, thank you again. I asked you earlier in the week, and you're absolutely, I'm ready to talk. So we're excited to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
This is Robert's biggest get of the season in the halftime.
I've been talking about it all year.
Well, Jenny, a lot of people know Riley Dodge is the athletic director. They see his face, quotes after football games, that kind of stuff. But you get a lot of stuff done in the athletic department on a daily basis. What is kind of your day-to-day like in Carroll ISD?
Well, I would say that no day is ever the same. When you walk in the office, you kind of never know what you're going to do. I would say consistently, I am there supporting our coaches, troubleshooting problems, and helping our athletes be the best that they can be. So no day is exactly the same. Some nights I'll go to games, other nights I'll be answering emails late. It just depends on the day and the time and what's going on.
I think what I love most about that, Jenny, is that you are available. You know, you respond all the time, and you're at the athletic events. You're there supporting the kids, and I think that's the biggest thing is the back of your mind, you're always there supporting the kids in the program. Talking about, the kids in the program, And we'll jump to this one. We usually say this one towards the last, but we got some more, maybe some different questions at the end. But your favorite Dragon moment so far?
Okay, well, I would say I don't have a favorite Dragon moment because there are so many moments that are my favorite. So, but I would say that every time I see our coaches and our athletes and our program succeed, and the joy on those kids' faces, and knowing that I played a small part in supporting them, is just that's why I do what I do every day.
Yeah.
Is because of our kids and just that joy that they accomplish something and they work so hard to get there.
Now we've got a big day coming up tomorrow in Dragon Athletics.
We do.
Volleyball team. Tell us a little bit about what the story of that season's been like to be a part of, and what fans need to know about tomorrow.
So that's been a phenomenal season. This will be the third time that they've made it to the state championship. 1993 and 2013, right before we went to 6A. So this is actually our first time in 6A that we've made it to volleyball state championship game. So it's pretty incredible. Very proud of our kids and our athletes. I mean, I'm just telling you, the way that they're playing on the court this year versus any other year, and the chemistry is just, it's amazing. I mean, it really is. But they're going to play at the Coldwell Center tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So we encourage everyone to come out and support our volleyball team.
Absolutely. I think it's a huge thing. They're going to be tailgate out there beforehand, starting at 4 p.m. I know a lot of people in the community are going to be out there. But, not only the volleyball team, but just talk about what we've seen so far this fall in sports for the Dragons and what we see coming ahead. Because I know coming into the year, there were so many things that got accomplished just within the athletic department. Some first in terms of upgrading facilities, those type of things. But let's talk about the kids, what we've seen so far in the fall, but also what's coming up.
So our boys cross country, they won another state championship this year. And our boys and girls water polo programs, they both were by district champs. And our girls went to the regional semifinals. We had tennis. They went to the regional semifinals, the round right before state. What else do we have? Volleyball still going, football still going. I anticipate a really long run for football this season. And then we'll start swimming, wrestling, boys and girls basketball. Yeah. I mean, it'll be never ending. For sure.
Do you get a break? Do you ever get a break, Jenny?
No, because our kids are amazing.
Yeah, I know.
And that's okay. That's why I love what I do, because you get to advance so far into the playoffs. It's amazing. It's a very special place to be.
Absolutely.
A little bit over the summer, maybe. Just a little bit of time.
Yeah, a little bit over the summer.
Well, I know there's lots of ways that people in the community, families, parents can get involved in supporting Carroll ISD athletics. What are some of the easiest ways people can get involved, and what do they need to know to do so?
I would say that probably one of the things that brought me here, and what I always heard about Southlake Carroll, was the support that the community gave for our coaches and our programs and our kids. So I think showing up, coming to our games, if you can be involved in any kind of support service area, Booster Club, Hall of Honor. We started that a couple years ago. It had been in place, but we are like in the process of enhancing it and making it to where we have an event each year. But just getting involved and supporting our coaches, and honestly our administration, just making sure that you can support us in a way that we can help our kids.
Well, you speak about the Hall of Honor, something I'm part of as well. That's the event that I'll tell you what, and you have Madison here with you in the booth. She doesn't have a headset on, but I think that event alone, honoring the past athletes, not only like current athletes, but the pride y'all take into making sure they're honored and they're not forgotten. That event doesn't happen without you and Madison. And it's just, a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes on everything that you two do. And it's absolutely incredible. And you do take charge and you get it done. I had a call with former athletic director Steve Kiesler today, and he wanted me to ask you this, Jenny.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. He wanted to ask, and he said, if you had any dinner, you had 4 seats, and they had to sit at that dinner. I'm not going to make you answer that. I'm going to change it in a different way. Who's influenced your life?
Who has influenced my life? I would say my dad. He's influenced my life. Part of who I am is because of him. I would say that Steve Kiesler, because he helped me be the best version that I am of myself, and he brought me to Carroll. And I was able to, through that, like, get to experience like a place that is so incredibly special. And I was able to help each and every day, like I said earlier, our coaches and our athletes and all that kind of stuff, basically protect the tradition for the ones that came before me and the ones that will come after me. And who else? Kevin Costner, probably.
He said George Strait.
Oh, and George is my last one.
George? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the 4?
Yeah, probably. I just love George. I'm not lying.
I love it. Well, if you've ever been in Jenny's office, she completely redecorated it and put it into basically a history of a lot of Carroll dragons, and just the walls covered with dragons, and it's a pretty neat and just firsthand, just being allowed to be around the program as an ex-alumni, and it's incredible what y'all do, and to do that and to allow people to come in and help out and volunteer time, and it speaks volumes of you as the administrator.
It's incredibly important to have good support. So I appreciate you, Robert, and everything that you do for our athletic programs, and amongst many others that help support us each and every day.
Absolutely.
Well, Jenny, we've got one question we have to ask before you go that we ask every guest, and that is, how far are the Dragons going this year?
State. We're winning state.
Okay, and
we're going to state.
Well,
There's no other.
That was part one.
Which part? Which Dragon team?
We had to make sure.
Volleyball, football.
Pick one, Chris.
We had to make sure that was the answer to part one. Now, I think, what are we up to? 5 touchdowns by 5 scores? Is that the last prediction?
That was.
Is that Chad Cross?
I think it was Chad Cross.
So by how many touchdowns?
Are we going to win the state
yes,
game?
we're at 5 right now. That's the last prediction.
I'd say 3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
We'll take it.
I like it.
All right, Jenny. Well, thanks for
Jenny,
taking the time for coming up.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Jenny Suter, the Assistant Athletic Director for Carroll ISD, joining us here on the Feed Store Barbecue Halftime Show. We're at the break in Stephenville. Carroll up on San Angelo Central 38-0. Back after this on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey, you Dragon fans, it's Julie Walter with the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title in Southlake. I have some great news for all you homeowners. With school and football in full swing, this season will still be a great time to buy, sell, or refinance your home. At the start of football season, we will still see families moving into the Southlake area. Call your friends at the Baker Firm to get more information, and I promise you we will provide a smooth closing from beginning to end for your Dragon family. With our real estate attorney, Chris Baker, on hand 24/7, you will be sure to score a touchdown closing in our office. Protect the tradition with the Baker Firm.
Feed Store Barbecue on Whitechapel Boulevard in Southlake's been serving up great food to Dragon fans for over 20 years. Chopped brisket, pulled pork, and their signature ribs are just some of the reasons that people in Dragon Nation love Feed Store Barbecue. Call-in orders are welcome. They'd be happy to bring it out to your car if you want them to, or your truck. Order online at feedstorebbq.com and go Dragons.
You can trust your medical care at Southlake Dermatology. We have over 65 years of experience between Dr. Bowers, Dr. Tynard, and our 4 physician assistants. We treat a wide range of medical, surgical, and cosmetic concerns ranging from skin cancer, hair loss, rashes, increased sweating, and anti-aging. There are multiple new options for hair loss, such as Nutrafol supplements and PRP injections. View our services online at southlakedermatology.com.
This is Pastors John and Todd from White's Chapel in Southlake. White's Chapel is a church where it's all about Jesus. We're a place where real people make genuine connections, where it's okay not to be okay.
We're a church where grace is a lifestyle and where everyone has a place. From the lifelong believer to the unchurched or de-churched, we're here for you, and we'd like to invite you to join us for worship this weekend. Go Dragons!
Hello, Dragon fans. I'm Steven Nelson, partner at Mills Wealth. Our team is celebrating our 25th year anniversary of helping Dragons succeed financially. As an independent firm, we aren't owned by a bank or an insurance company. Instead, we're fiduciaries doing only what we believe is best for our clients. If your finances need a second opinion or would like to tap into our expertise, come meet with our certified financial planners or CPAs and learn how we can help you win just like the Dragons. Look us up online or give us a call at millswealthadvisors.com.
Chris Blake and Robert Clayton back at Art Briles Stadium in Stephenville on the Feed Store Barbecue halftime show. Carroll leading San Angelo Central 38-0 in the bi-district round of the playoffs here. As we take a look at what else is going on around the area. First, let's talk about what we've got tomorrow involving the Dragons. Carroll volleyball team taking on Austin High in the state final of 6A Division II at the Colwell Center in Garland, 6 o'clock start time. So a big weekend for Dragon Athletics.
Huge weekend. Tailgate starts at 4 p.m. Just look for the Dragon trailer. It will be out there set up, brought to you by the Dragon Tradition Club. So if you want to stop by, grab something to eat, talk to some fellow Dragons before the ladies are on to victory in the state finals, please go. Don't tune in. Be there in person. Root the ladies on. It is a terrific group, and spent some time. My niece is on the team, and I had some time to speak with her a little bit this week. And one of the things that was reiterated quite a bit is just, how much the girls love each other and how much they're best friends, and they're almost like sisters, and you can't catch a moment without them hanging out and being a part of each other's lives. And it's a very dynamic group. It's a group that's it's got a lot of seniors who are going to be playing at the next level, and they're a talented group. And again, if you have an opportunity on a Saturday, tomorrow, go check them out.
That's 7 players going on to play at the next level on one team. That's
incredible.
Let's take a look at what the Dragons may have to contend with if this score holds. 38-0, Carroll on top right now. Prosper and Richardson Berkner playing right now. Prosper on top 34-10. It's a Prosper team that's one of the best in the state. Their only loss this season was to Allen, which is ranked 2nd in the state. So that is a potential Thanksgiving weekend matchup that there will be a lot of eyes on.
A lot of eyes.
Next week in North Texas. Elsewhere in 6A Division II Region 1, that's Carroll's part of the bracket. Denton Geyer shutting out Jesuit right now, 31-0 in the third quarter. And the other game in that part of the bracket, I think I just lost it. Get some backup here, Robert. It's Byron Nelson and El Paso Eastwood.
Yes, sorry.
Byron Nelson.
You got tap on me. I don't have the.
Byron Nelson winning that one in the fourth quarter already. They started at 6 o'clock, 62-29. So a high-scoring game for the Bobcats. Elsewhere in 6A Division II, DeSoto up on Longview, 33-14. That's a matchup that Longview won a year ago, and of course went on to face the Dragons in that classic of a state semifinal matchup. At Division I right now, Allen shutting out Lake Highlands 27-0. Coppell leading Richardson 31-7. And Duncanville up on Rockwall Heath 21-6. So a lot of the higher seeds, a lot of the teams that you would anticipate moving on deeper into the playoffs, winning right now. One of the best stories in the Metroplex this year was Mansfield Lake Ridge, a team that had not had good years for the last two, goes 9-1 this year, but they are losing to Odessa Permian right now, 24-14.
Well, another game is at North Forney Waxahachie. A lot of staff figures had North Forney, running away with this game, and Waxahachie's ahead 2014. That's a Waxahachie team that we played in a scrimmage, and a team that surprised, I believe, a Duncanville team this year in a very tough district. So there's a lot of head-to-head matchups this weekend that as we get further along these playoffs, the cream rises to the top. And, week 3, I think for a lot of teams, not if Southlake does advance after tonight, there are going to be some huge matchups.
Yeah, you start seeing some real heavyweight matchups in week 3 and on in the playoffs. Let's take a look at some of the stats here from Scott Farrell in the first half of this one. Dragons 429 total yards in the first half alone. Last week, Dragons gained 338 yards in the entire game.
Wow.
So almost 100 yards more than that just in the first half. Carroll's done it with 318 through the air, 111 on the ground, 18 first downs to just 9 for the Bobcats. Carroll defense holding Central to 145 total yards, 84 passing, 61 rushing. Individually for the Dragons tonight, Angelo Renda starring 318 yards, 5 passing touchdowns tonight, 2 to Brock Boyd, who has 6 catches for 120 yards, 1 each to Blake Gunter, Brody Knowles, and Caden Mackey. Gunter with 5 catches for 63 yards, Luke Jacquemart 3 for 56, Knowles 2 for 45, and Mackey 2 for 34. On the ground, Renda the leading rusher as well, 6 carries for 76 yards. Davis Penn 4 carries for 30 yards. Brooks Biggers 1 for 5. But we talked about it pregame, but I think the story worth paying attention to is, yes, we know Angelo's going to get it done with his arm. He's done it all year. But it seems like Riley Dodge really wants to push the envelope with Angelo's Angelo
is going to go to Pitt. He's going to be a great college player, and you got to utilize every attribute that he brings to the table, not only his throwing but his running. But I think what it does too is it puts things on film, Chris. It puts something that the opposing teams for next week has got to take account for. It holds them at least responsible, or it holds them honest on any type of game plan, and they just can't come out there and just blitz at will or drop in coverage. There's things that they're going to have to account for. And so, again, you're adding these wrinkles as you get further in the playoffs with some dynamic teams coming up most likely in the later rounds.
Well, once again, the score at halftime, Carroll 38, Central nothing. We'll take one more time out on the Feed Store Barbecue halftime show. Come back with the start of the third quarter. You're listening to the area round of the playoffs on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey, Dragon fans, this is Robert Clayton with the Clayton team at Clayton Real Estate. Karen Young and I have been proudly serving Southlake for over 30 years in residential resale, family owned and operated, and former Dragons. Being a Dragon graduate, you truly understand what it means to be a Dragon. Tradition, excellence, and a winning team. That's what we provide our clients, the best service and experience in the industry with a winning tradition. Dragons representing Dragons. Call us today at 817-894-4152 or visit us on the web at www.dragonrealtors.com. Go Dragons.
Looking for a roofer who truly knows Southlake? My name is Chad Cross, owner of CLC Roofing, a longtime Southlake resident who's proud to serve this community. For decades, we club and local events. Supporting Southlake is part of who we are. We know every HOA standard, city code, and neighborhood nuance because we live here too. When the storm hits, we're not hours away. We're already in your community, ready to help the moment you need us. Our crews are safety certified and led by project managers who always focus on details. From minor repairs to full replacements, we bring expert craftsmanship and clear communication to every project. We only install top-tier roofing materials, and as an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, we can offer extended warranties most roofers cannot, because trust and quality go hand in hand. Protect the tradition, Southlake.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Come check out Champions Club at the Mark Southlake. Conveniently located off Southlake Boulevard in Bicentennial Park, Champions Club is your local, safe, and fun destination for fitness, play, and connection. From state-of-the-art workout spaces and exciting group fitness classes to our aquatic center, indoor courts, and party rentals, there's something for everyone. Make Champions Club your home for health, recreation, and family fun. Join today and discover what it means to live like a champion. Go Dragons!
For mission-critical business litigation in Texas, business owners and executives trust Sean McCaskill and the law firm of Godwin Bowman PC. My wife Laura and I are 20-year residents of Southlake and the proud parents of 4 Dragons. I've been a dedicated volunteer in Southlake for the past 13 years, including serving 7 years on Southlake City Council. I'm the president and managing shareholder at Godwin Bowman, which was established in Dallas in 1980 to serve clients with business litigation issues all the way to the Texas Supreme Court. I've been with the firm for over 20 years, and I'm board certified in civil appellate law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. Please consider me, Sean McCaskill, and the law firm of Godwin Bowman for your business litigation needs. Please visit our website at www.godwinbowman.com for more information. I promise you that we'll provide big city experience together with small town service.
We are ready for the start of the second half in Stephenville tonight. Chris Blake and Robert Clayton, along with our statistician Scott Farrell and director Tim Polster tonight. Carroll leading 38-0 at halftime at Art Briles Stadium. Again, if you're joining us late, this is the first year of this facility. Stephenville High School has played its games at Tarleton State University for its entire history, going back into the early 1900s. They've shared a facility, so this is the first season, 2025, where the Yellow Jackets have had a stadium of their own.
It lives up to the hype. It is a beautiful facility. I mentioned there's honeycombs and Yellow Jackets, and everything's color coordinated, and emblems and stitching, and it is.
Yeah, even our chairs have logos.
Got the Yellow Jacket. I feel like I'm in enemy territory, though. Never thought I'd be at a Stevensville facility.
I'm surprised you don't have a chair in your office that has the Dragon logo stitched into it like this.
Well, it's already stitched into my chest crest. So.
We're ready to go here in the third quarter. To kick it away for the Bobcats, it is Caleb Holbert back to receive for the Dragons. Brock Boyd and Luke Jacquemart. It lands in the end zone for a touchback. And Carroll will start at the 25. So Angelo Renda, 5 touchdown passes, over 400 passing yards in the first half. Over 300 passing yards in the first half, 400 total yards of offense for the Dragons.
And they've really been able to do, and Chris, they've been able to do it on all facets. I mean, it really is based around Angelo, just from the run game, passing game, everything, and they found some spots to exploit this San Angelo defense, and they're executing tonight.
Davis Penn in the backfield to get started here in the third quarter. 2 receivers each side, ball closer to the left hash than the right. Renda pitches to Penn on first down, has some blocking, makes a cut upfield across the 30 along the numbers to the 34-yard line of the Dragons.
And, for those at home who can't see this and are listening to us, this 3-3 stack defense is really difficult, especially for the offensive line to gain any type of combination blocks. You're really moving a man over on a gap. So what you're seeing from these offensive linemen, especially on that play going to the left, they're taking deep drops and actually going to another gap and doing a tremendous job on just getting a hat on the hat.
Gunter lined up in the backfield, motions out of it, and a flag down, false start on the Dragons. Got it on one of the receivers. Caden Mackey called for the false start there. Backs him up 5.
Yeah, and some of those, if you're not set all the way or you're still in motion, you're moving, they're going to call that every single time, and also depending on where you're lining up as well.
So now 2nd and 6, ball at the 29-yard line. They flip it out into the flat, caught there across the 30-yard line along the numbers for the Dragons. Goes Blake Gunter, brought down by Bryson Sanders after a short gain of 3.
Yeah, win the 1-to-1 matchups. Brenda finding Blake Gunter out on the right. And again, we talked about Blake Gunter once he gets the ball in his hand. His second effort is yards after catch, trying to make a man miss. Hard, tough runs and yards for Blake Gunter tonight.
They put Gunter and Penn both in the backfield with Renda on this play. Gunter's going to motion out of it to the left. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Give it to Penn, charging behind right tackle. Has a first down and then some. Ball came out, scooped up by Renda. He's got some running room along the left side and will scamper out of bounds after he crossed the 40-yard line near the 43 on that Bobcat sideline.
And what a heads-up play. You know, they had the first down by a pin, inside zone, right up the gut, and then a fumble, heads up by Brenda, takes it, secures it, still secures the first down and gets out of bounds. Great job.
We'll actually mark him at the 44. First down there. All first downs tonight brought to you by Dragon Den. 2 receivers each side. Mackey goes in motion left to right. They fake the handoff to Penn. Renda fakes the toss out to the right, slides down near midfield. Short gain on the play.
Again, a lot of designed runs by Renda, this time out to the right, and the offensive line is blocking left, almost like a sprint bootleg of some time, but, you know, again, doing with the legs of Renda.
They'll give him 3. 2nd and 7. Ball at the 47. 2 receivers each side for Carroll. Penn still in the game at running back. Hard count by Renda. Looks back to the sideline. Now takes the snap. Will look to throw. As Penn back blocking for him. Throws right side. This one's completed to Boyd. Out of bounds shy of the central 40-yard line at the 42. First down.
Talk about the soft coverage, and Renda knows exactly where he's going. He's going to the right to Boyd. You know, the corners are playing off so far. Will come back by Boyd. And again, that's all Boyd getting the first down. Great connection between Renda and Boyd.
So first down, they'll hold the snap here as Carroll's substituted. So Central will have a chance to run some new linemen onto the field. 2 backs in the backfield. Again, it's Gunter. This time Jacquemart in there, though. Renda will give it to Jacquemart on a sweep outside across the 40, 35, 30, inside the 20. He could go all the way into the end zone. Luke Jacquemart flashing the speed, gets into the end zone for the 2nd time today. And Carroll leads it 44-0.
We talked about the different backs Carroll's using. They put Luke Jacquemart in tonight. Just the speed he gets out to the side. And what a block by Blake Gunter on the perimeter, really springing Jacquemart free, and it's all Jacquemart to the end zone. No one's catching him. He brings a different dimension to the offense.
A 42-yard run for Luke Jacquemart. Just got outside, hit the gas, and was gone. Touchdowns tonight brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate as Strange comes on for the CLC Roofing point after try. Flags fly. This may be a false start. And it is. So that'll back him up 5, and Strange will do it again. And scoring a touchdown this early in the 3rd quarter to make it 44, pending 45-0. We'll see how long first-team offense stays on the field tonight. Strange puts the right foot into it, and the extra point attempt is good. With 9:37 to go in the 3rd quarter, it's Carroll 45, Central 0 on the Dragon Sports Network.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% US-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
Are you considering buying or selling your home in Southlake? I'm Kim Bedwell with Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty, and I would love to assist you. Recognized as one of the top professionals in Southlake by both industry peers and clients, I am a proud mother of 2 dragons and have been a resident of this amazing community for over 20 years. I know Southlake inside and out, and I am committed to ensuring your real estate journey is seamless and successful. You can find me at kimbedwell.com. Kim Bedwell Real Estate, delivering the highest level of experience and results in Southlake and beyond. Go Dragons!
Carroll tries an onside kick, and a flag comes out. It's recovered by the Bobcats at the 45-yard line. Carroll lining up for the kickoff, tries the onside attempt here in the 3rd quarter, leading 45-0. The ball also didn't go 10 yards before it was recovered. But Dragons
A lot of these things that you see Riley do, especially after big momentum plays, it's not really an analytic thing of why they do those things, but it's more of a gut feeling, he always says, and he always likes to try to catch them off guard or instantly after a big play. And again, no surprise, he would try to go throw onside there.
Micah Smith and this offense back out onto the field for the first time here in the second half, and whistles before the play can go off without a hitch. It's going to be a false start on the Bobcats, backing them up 5 to the Dragon 45. Best starting field position of the day for Central. Xavion Johnson, the running back, alongside Smith. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, tight end to the right. They fake it to Johnson, throw it outside to the left. It's caught by Hill, crossing the numbers, brought down by Strange and Busman.
Number 12, Colton Hill on the reception.
And another flag down. I don't think we've seen an indication yet. Now the official finally coming over to give a signal. It's going to be ineligible receiver downfield on Central. They'll back them up even more. They had great field position, but now they're back to the 50-yard line, and it's 1st and 20.
And Dragons in general just shoot themselves in the foot with penalties, especially to start out the second half.
Smith looking to throw, hit as he throws. It is incomplete, intended for the tight end Stribling. And could have been a tip drill for the Dragons there, but was tipped and landed into the space that was not occupied by a Dragon defender.
Again, he just pushing the ball a little high, and terrific pressure by Jake Lucky and Robbie Ladd, delivering a big hit on Smith.
2nd and 20. Dragons show pressure, now back it off. Receiver goes motion right to left. They flip it to Hill, has a blocker out front across the 45, and hit along the 45-yard line by Taven Coons. Nice stop by Coons in the open field.
Oh, big. You don't know how hard that play is, especially you're getting a run out there to the left. There's open field, and it's up to you, one-to-one matchup, and he wins it. Great tackle by Coons.
3rd and 15. 4 receivers to the right side. Johnson in the backfield with Smith. 3 down linemen for Carroll. They motion Hill right to left. He stops in the backfield. Smith looking to throw, pitches it to Hill looking for a flea flicker. He's hit as he throws, and it's nearly intercepted, but hits the turf. It was for the Dragons. Trent Fergal nearly coming up with the interception, but it falls incomplete. It's 4th down.
Again, the Dragons were not fooled on that play. They read it. They were in hot pursuit. And again, a hit by Kuntz. And I tell you what, just a terrific job by this Dragon defense. Just been on fire all night, just relentless against this San Angelo offense.
Well, we've talked about it all year. Offense historically is what people think about when they think of the Carroll Dragons, but this season, Carroll came into tonight allowing an average of 6.7 points per game, as this punt is away, going to be fair caught by Boyd at the 14-yard line. But you average under, or holding opponents under 7 points a game, haven't given up a point yet tonight. As you get into the playoffs against a team that has put up some points this year, that's an impressive feat.
Well, it is. I mean, we've wondered how good is this Dragon defense, or historically, ranking up there as one of the top defenses of all time, just categorically for the Dragons. And I tell you what, they're putting in a statement game. They did it in the round 1. They're doing it again here in round 2. This defense is going to come down the stretch and win some games for this Dragon ball club.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. They pitch it to the running back out of the backfield on 1st down. Up to the 20-yard line goes Brooks Biggers.
6-yard gain on the play.
Picks up about 6. It'll be 2nd and short.
For the Dragons. Ball spotted at their own 20 yards.
So Biggers into the game at running back. Still the first offense out on the field for Carroll. Ball on the left hash, 2 receivers to each side. Ball at the 20-yard line. Renda takes the snap, gives to Biggers again, lowers the shoulder, picks up about a yard right up the middle. It'll be 3rd and short.
44 Brooks Biggers again on the carry. Tackles made by 52, Oscar Herrera. Gain of a yard, 3rd down.
I think one of the biggest surprises that we're seeing here is probably this San Angelo defensive line. A very formidable unit, just haven't done much tonight, especially nose guard Brian Sandoval. A very quick get off. He's been a disruptor for this San Angelo defense. It just hasn't got much.
Flags fly on 3rd down. False start on the Dragons. Get it on Luke Wilson. We've seen a few more false starts than we're used to seeing called on Carroll tonight. It's the 3rd one. Granted, Carroll's still up 45 points, but something the coaching staff probably would prefer not to see.
It's a talking point.
And a lot of movement here before another 3rd down snap. We'll see who moved first this time. The contact was right over the ball. I believe it was Sandoval and Kerry Clayton. They're going to call Sandoval for offsides. Said he was not drawn offsides that time by any sort of movement. So the penalty's offset, essentially, and we're back to 3rd and 3.
It's really hard if you're a nose guard to get offsides when you're staring at the ball. I'm not sure you're going to win that argument if you're the nose guard.
Defensive end on the right side shifts inside a little bit. Renda looking to throw, has plenty of time. Directing traffic, now rolls to his left. He's going to tuck it and run across the 20, 25 out of bounds along the central sideline. Has a Dragon Den 1st down.
It's an incredible job, again, escaping, making something. And again, this Dragon offense has just been hitting on all cylinders and, again, getting another 1st down. Just, moving the ball at will on this defense, which, not saying it was surprising, but they're a formidable unit. Just haven't been able to find any type of way to slow down this offense.
2 receivers on each side for Carroll. Safety's back deep for the Bobcats. They fake it to Biggers. Throw on the slant on the right side to Boyd. He makes the catch at the 34. 2nd down coming up.
2nd down and 3 for the Dragons.
There is a central player down on the field, so whistle blows here. Gives us a chance to remind you not to miss out on the opportunity to be a part of Texas football history. Mark your calendars for the UIL State Football Championships, December 17th through 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where the best teams from 6-man to 6A leave it all on the field in the hopes of being named champion. For the latest updates and ticket information, head to uiltexas.org/football. That's uiltexas.org/football. So the injured player for the Bobcats is up, but it is that nose tackle, Brian Sandoval, who is injured.
Brian's a former, first-team All-District player last year, heart and soul of this San Angelo defense, a team captain, a guy they rely on. That's a big blow for this defense.
Carroll has 2nd and 3 from their own 34. Coming into the game at that nose guard spot now, junior Aiden Perez. 2 backs in the backfield, Jacquemart and Gunter, alongside Renda. 1 receiver right, 2 to the left. Angelo looking to the sideline. Will fake it to Jacquemart, has time, throws over the middle into traffic. It is hauled in by Brody Knowles at the central 40-yard line. What a catch by Knowles, using that height to rise above 3 defenders and haul it in for 26 yards.
Well, he's got Knowles down the middle, and I'll tell you what, a great job by Renda staying in the pocket and throwing it, and then Knowles just catching it at the high point, all 6'6" of him, and that's how deadly Knowles can be, is that not many people can guard him, Chris, whether it's down the middle or on the perimeter. He's just so incredibly athletic.
So 1st down at the central 40. Two receivers each side. Now Davis Penn into the game at running back. They give it to him. Big hole left side into the secondary and bowls over a safety as he rolls down near the 27-yard line. Flag comes in at the end of the play near where the hit was made. Let's see what the call is.
So there you get Jacob Jackson, a little personal foul on Davis Penn. I tell you what, that left side of the offensive line of Luke Wilson and Nathan Domraki just collapsed the Bobcat defense. There's a hole I could run through, Chris.
I'm going to say Jackson got a hold of Penn's face mask. It'll move it up 15 more yards on the end of the play, and Carroll will be inside the 15-yard line here with a first down. Ball up to the 13.
First in for the Dragons from the Bobcats 13.
Two receivers to each side. Boyd not in the game for this snap. Jacquemart and Mackey on the left side. Gunter and Knowles on the right. They'll flip it into the flat for Gunter on the right across the 10-yard line. Pushed out of bounds at the 6. Be close to a first down. Not quite there. Second and short upcoming for Carroll.
You love it. You put Gunter out there, and it puts so much stress out in the flats on trying to catch him, because not only does he have speed, but his yards after catch and what he can do, it's very difficult.
Renda will hand the Penn, running right side, inside the 5, and into the end zone for a touchdown. Davis Penn finds the end zone for the first time in the playoffs, and Carroll leads it 51-0.
It's just a little zone play to the right, and great job on keeping it front side by Davis Penn. There's nobody there, no penetration, great blocking up front. It gets to the second level, finds pay dirt.
Touchdown brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. There's a flag down. Going to be unsportsmanlike against the Dragons. That will be assessed on the kickoff for Carroll. So the extra point will still be snapped from the 2 for Gavin Strange. Field goals and extra points brought to you by CLC Roofing. Strange set to knock this one through. Ball is down, kick is up, and he splits the uprights with 4:13 to go in the third quarter. It is Carroll 52 and Central nothing on the Dragons Sports Network.
Hey everyone, this is Michael Baum, General Manager at Hearst and Louisville Autoplex. We are longtime supporters of all things Dragons. This season, if you want to show up to the game in style, come see me or Brees Higgins, where we have the largest selection of late model, high-end, pre-owned trucks and SUVs. As a family-owned and operated dealership, we'll treat you like part of our family. Come see us on either side of the Metroplex and get a new ride today. Shop us online 24/7 at HurstAutoplex.com. Go Dragons!
Recoat Revolution, your one-day floor solution. I'm Joe Worrell, Southlake resident, Air Force veteran, and proud father of 2 dragons. Our one-day sandless, dustless process refreshes flooring without the mess, smell, and expense of traditional refinishing. If your floors have damage, wear from furniture, or even little dragon talons, we can tackle those issues to have you back in a clean home that night. Sandless, dustless, odorless, done by dinner. Recoat Revolution. Go Dragons!
Dragons up 52-0 on Central with 4:13 to go in the third quarter. Carroll tried an onside kick after its last touchdown. Kicking this one from 15 yards deeper after an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against Davis Penn. So Strange puts the foot into it. This one will be returnable, but it is fair caught by the Bobcats at the 18-yard line. Well, Carroll, an 8-play, 86-yard drive that took 4 minutes and 7 seconds, ending in that Davis Penn touchdown. Dragons have scored all but one time they've had the ball today. 7 touchdowns and a field goal, 1 interception. No punts.
What's our yardage up to?
Scott.
As I put Scott Farrell on the spot.
We'll have that number for you by the next time the Carroll offense comes back on the field. For now, it's the Bobcat offense back on the field. Micah Smith, the quarterback, out there with Elijah Allen, the senior running back for this group. 2 receivers to the right side. Tight end motions to the right. They'll throw it left side, complete at the 29-yard line, and spinning outside of the numbers along that Dragon sideline goes Gavin Johnson near a first down.
And Scott Farrell just let me know, 563 total yards so far for the Dragon offense.
The season high, I believe, was 600?
700
against LD Bell. 2nd and 1. They will go to the air again. Throwing outside, caught. This is Hill across the 40-yard line for first down, pushed out at the 47. First down for the Bobcats.
Again, great job by Smith, just staying in the pocket and delivering the strikes here on the first 2 plays. And he's something he's going to have to do, just gets comfortable, and he can make those throws. It's just when this Dragon defense gets the pressure on him, he finds it difficult to complete. And again, now an interception.
Throws one up here, and it's picked off by the Dragons along the right sideline. Brody Bourgeois coming up with the pick this time. Another turnover forced by this Dragon defense.
It's got to be that I don't think he's reading the coverage right, because he's throwing a ball in mix. He's seen this a few times tonight where he just throws it in no man's land when there's no one around. Either there's disruption with the receiver or he's just not knowing what the coverage is, and I think that just comes with experience. But again, another interception by Smith. It's been a tough night for Smith.
3rd interception thrown by Micah Smith tonight. He's also lost a fumble for Bourgeois, his first interception of the season for the senior corner. So Carroll will start out in plus territory here with 3:20 to go in the 3rd. First offense back out onto the field. Jacquemart and Gunter out there with Renda. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. They'll keep it on the ground. Gunter running hard along the numbers on the left side. Breaks a couple of tackles inside the 25. Gunter could go to the house. He's in for the touchdown. Another touchdown tonight for Blake Gunter. This one for 43 yards.
We talk about this Dragon offense, this offensive line getting on the horse and making these reach blocks. And then it's all Blake Gunter and the perimeter receivers making blocks. And then Blake Gunter puts it in the 2nd gear once he hits the 15-yard line. And it's all Gunter to the end zone. Incredible job by this Dragon offense.
A lot of speed in the mix for the Dragons when they get to the edge. Touchdowns brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. As Strain comes on for the CLC Roofing point after try. Kick is up, and it is good once again. With 3:10 to go in the 3rd quarter, it is Carroll 59 and Central nothing. You're listening to the 2nd round of the playoffs on the Dragon Sports Network.
Dr. Angela Bowers would like to invite you to visit Southlake Dermatology, which serves patients throughout the Metroplex in medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology. We recommend always using a zinc oxide sunscreen, such as Elta MD, and utilizing HelioCare, which is a sun protective pill. We have seen the incidence of skin cancers on the rise, including melanoma, which is the most harmful type. With yearly skin checks, we will be able to find skin cancer much earlier. Read about skin cancer and sunscreen options online at southlakedermatology.com.
As a Dragon, it's all about protecting the tradition. As a church, it's our mission to make more deeply committed followers of Jesus. This is Todd Renner from White's Chapel in Southlake. For over 150 years, White's Chapel has been a part of this community. And though times have changed, our need for the gospel of Jesus Christ, our need to worship and grow and serve, our need to shine the light into the darkness hasn't. That's why White's Chapel is a church where tradition meets today.
59-0 Carroll with 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Dragons up to 606 yards of total offense tonight. Again, we told you the season high was 700 against LD Bell, a game that Carroll won 49-0. And the kickoff off the foot of Strange, high end over end, going to be fair caught at the 6-yard line by the Bobcats. That was a game in which Angelo Renda threw for 380 yards. He's already blown by that number. Or not quite. Not blown by. He's at 354. We'll see if he gets a shot to pass that. But they ran it for 300 yards in that game. That was the game in which Blake Gunter had, a couple of 40-yard runs that he just broke every tackle on his way to the end zone. We saw Gunter used in a similar fashion on that last series for Carroll. They're moving him around a lot more here as we get deeper into the season. Central offense retakes the field here. And they'll keep it on the ground. Xavion Johnson cutting up the middle, spinning away from a defender in the secondary across the 35-yard line to the 38. Picks up a first down.
Tackle made by 38, Bennett Hunt.
As a Dragon defense, now they've rolled into their second defense onto the field. Again, it's a formidable defense that's done a great job all season just as a two group on making big plays and big stops, as they do here on first down.
Handoff goes to Elijah Allen up the middle, stop behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 36.
Lost a couple of yards.
And a lot of the standout in the second group is really on the defensive line. They do a tremendous job on spelling. You're talking about Nate Martin, even Caden Hodges. They do a terrific job coming in that interior group.
On 2nd and 12, they give it to Allen again. Surging up the middle is going to be close to a first down.
Number 20, Elijah Allen on the carry.
Finally brought down by Bourgeois, and they're going to move the chains. A Dragon Den first down to the Bobcat 48-yard line.
From their own 48-yard line.
Linebackers out there for the Dragons, Austin Trin and Ace Slavin. 1st and 10 here. Safeties Bourgeois and Luke McCauley. 2 receivers each side. They keep it on the ground again. Elijah Allen across the 50 to the Carroll 48.
Great job by Ace Slavin there on just making a big hit there on the offensive lineman, peeling off the block and making the tackle. He's another young buck. He's a sophomore. A lot of ability, and this is where this defense is building depth for years to come.
On 2nd down, little misdirection, playing a big hit delivered by the Dragons as it was handed off
13, Jesse Smith
to Jesse Smith.
Tackle was made by number 38, Bennett Hunt.
It's a loss of a couple of plays on the big hit by Hunt.
Hunt's come up with 2 big hits on this drive already.
3rd down, back at the 50. They lost a couple of yards. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Smith looking to throw, steps up into the pocket. Rolling along the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's going to have the first down. Steps out of bounds and delivers a little bit of a shot to Trent Fergal. They were both out of bounds. Fergal had let up. And Smith just kind of lowered the shoulder to initiate some contact.
I don't know how I feel about that one, Chris. If you see a defensive guy laying up and then you go and try to lower a boom on him, that's a tough one.
I don't know if you want your quarterback initiating contact like that. A first down, though, with 25 seconds to go in the quarter. They will hand off to Allen here. He's going to be hit and driven back. Gets out of the tackle. Now reverses field across the 30-yard line. Tried to stiff arm a defender and falls forward across the 20. A flag comes in late. The tackle was ultimately made by Bourgeois. The stop at the 19, but we'll see where this one goes.
Yeah, it looks like Jimmy Edwards, the receiver, just a little too much on holding there on the corner on Southlake, and he's going to call this one back.
Tackle was made inbound, so once they restart the clock, they may not have to run another play in this quarter. And they will get the offense for a holding call. That backs him up. First holding call of the game for either side. Clock restarts here, and it does not look like the Bobcats are going to snap the ball before the third quarter comes to an end. So 3 quarters in the books, 1 to go from Stephenville. It has been all Dragons tonight. A 59-0 lead over the Bobcats in the second round of the playoffs on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey, did you hear? Somebody didn't want Feed Store barbecue. That's right, it's true. One fella the other day, he wanted Feed Store chicken fried steak, and another asked for a Feed Store hamburger. And one scamp, well, he even had the nerve to ask for Feed Store burn-ins. Yeah, Feed Store is famous for its barbecue, but there's so much more. Order online at feedstorebbq.com and go Dragons.
We're ready for the start of the fourth quarter from Art Briles Stadium in Stephenville. Chris Blake alongside Robert Clayton. So we bring you the area round of the Carroll Dragons against the San Angelo Central Bobcats in the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. It's Carroll defense trying to keep the shutout intact. Bobcats ball at the Dragon 29-yard line. First down and 4 after a holding penalty. They keep it on the ground, give it to Darius Hewitt, the junior running back. He gets close to a first down. They'll give him 3. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Good tackle by Trent Fergal. Again, another linebacker, sophomore, explosive player. Him and Ace Slavin are going to be around for a while there in that back end of this defense. And 2 guys you're going to hear a lot of in the years to come.
2nd and 1. Put the tight end to the left. 2 backs in the backfield this time. They motion Garcia into the slot. Keep it on the ground, giving it to Hewitt. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. What a play by Sam Erickson, knifing through the line, coming up with a tackle for a loss.
And that's just winning 1-to-1 battle. And Sam Erickson's coming in all year on this second unit and get off the lineman and make the play. What a play by the big man.
Huge loss on the play, 5 yards. One running back in the backfield. Smith looking to throw, rolling out to his right. Under pressure, steps up in the pocket, dances out of the left. Now Tuxett's going to try to run across the 25-yard line and hit before he can get to the first down marker by Hez Rodriguez. It's going to be 4th and short. You figure maybe go for it here if you're the Bobcats.
I think you got to, but I mean, Hez Rodriguez there, what a difficult play. Just open field, breaking down and not allowing Smith to juke him for a first down. Great job on just holding your spot and preventing the first down.
4th and 1. They're going to go for it. 0 for 1 on 4th downs today. They may have to call a timeout here. The quarterback, Smith, just now getting to the huddle with 10 seconds left on the play clock. They broke the huddle here now with 6. At the line with 3. 2 receivers left. Tight end to the right. They get it off with 1. Smith looking to throw. Throws it down the left sideline. Caught at the 10-yard line and into the end zone. For the Bobcats goes Jimmy Edwards, the senior receiver. San Angelo Central is on the board. It is 59-6.
And they needed that. San Angelo needed that score. You saw the sideline erupt. But again, the San Angelo receiver all alone. Great job of getting behind the Dragon defenders. And Smith, you've got something positive, got in the end zone. I know, not that it is over, the game is over, so to speak, but I tell you what, I know that feels good getting in the end zone for that young man.
And Central, I think, may have to call a timeout here because they didn't have enough players on the field before the extra point try. But we'll stay here during this break in the action as the Bobcats forced to use a timeout trying to get their 11th player out onto the field. Timeouts brought to you by Dragon Special Olympics. Told you earlier about some of the other action going on in the high school football playoffs. Tonight, Allen up on Lake Highlands, now 41-7 the score in that 6A Division I game. Also Division I, Coppell defeats Richardson 38-7. Division II, Geyer leading Jesuit 44-14. And DeSoto up on Longview 60-28. So now they've got 11 players on the field. Caleb Holbert, the kicker and punter for this team, his first attempt on the kicking side of things tonight. The snap is down, and he puts it through with 9:49 to go in the fourth quarter. It is Carroll 59 and Central 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
Dragon fans, the wait is over. The Dragon Den is your one-stop shop for spirit wear, gear, and everything green, black, and white. Show your pride and represent Southlake Carroll everywhere you go. Protect the tradition and shop at the Den. We are open every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and all freshman, JV, and varsity home games. The Dragon Den is the perfect spot to gear up for game day. Go Dragons!
Hello, Dragon fans. Julie Walter here from the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title, located right here in Southlake. It's Dragon football season, and as a mother of 4 former Dragons, I truly know how busy our fall schedules can get. At the Baker Firm, we provide great customer service with our knowledgeable escrow team, and we pride ourselves with a boutique-style title office that will close our customers anywhere in the DFW area. So, as you get ready to sell, buy, or refinance your home, be sure to tell your local agent or lender you want to close with the Baker Firm, and you are sure to score a touchdown.
Carroll a 52-point lead, 59-7 over Central with 9:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Central tries a pooch kick. It lands at the 35-yard line and is picked up by Marcus Browse. He takes a knee, and the Dragon offense will start at the 34, 35-yard line.
Interesting pooch kick idea there. I think I would have gone for the onside kick or made an attempt for that.
Well, this Dragon offense, you would think, would be the second team coming out now after Angelo, Renda, and company put up 59 points and over 600 yards of offense, and it will be the second offense for Carroll as Preston Perazzo comes out to lead this unit. Two receivers right, one to the left. Perazzo will keep it himself on first down across the 40-yard line down to the 41 of the Dragons. Gain of about 6.
This has been a salty group all year. It's a group that's not only been able to score when they've come in, but they march the field and pick up where the first team left off. And a lot of that has to do with Preston Perazzo, a terrific field general there, a guy that Riley LaDodge loves a lot in terms of just running the offense and running the packages. On
second down and 4, Perazzo going up to the line, changing the play. 2 receivers each side. Clock running here. Perazzo takes the snap. They'll keep it on the ground. Big hole up the middle. Outrunning the defenders inside the 30. 25-20 into the end zone for a touchdown for the Dragons. Gavin Gooden into the end zone.
The first time we've seen Gavin Gooden all year, and I'll tell you what explosion, just an inside zone right off the right side of the line, and he gets in that second level very fast and then turns on the jets, and it's see you later to pay dirt. I tell you what, the amount of Dragon rushers that we've seen just carry the ball tonight has been nothing short than incredible.
I think we've only seen Gooden play corner this year at times, but into the game at running back, putting on the Jets 59 yards for the touchdown. And fake extra point attempt here. Carroll rolling out, firing into the end zone. It falls incomplete. Zach Hayes tried to throw the pass into the end zone, and it was incomplete. Hayes thought he had it, but it drops to the turf, so it is instead 65-7 Carroll with 8:52 to go in the fourth quarter. So we'll take a timeout here before the ensuing kickoff. You're listening to the second round of the playoffs on the Dragons Sports Network.
Hey, Dragons, athletes, fans, and champions of all kinds. I'm Dr. Isabel Lopez at Life's Medicine, and my team and I are here to help you feel, recover, and perform at your absolute best. From guided weight loss to hormone balance, we create a personalized game plan for peak health. Boost your recovery with cryotherapy, recharge with red light therapy, and fuel your body with our powerful Slim Shots. Don't just cheer from the sidelines. Step into your own strongest and healthiest self. Visit us and let's build your winning season, both on and off the field, at Life's Medicine, where health meets performance. Go Dragons!
Hey, Dragon fans, this is Robert Clayton with the Clayton team.
Carroll leads at 65-7 after the 59-yard touchdown run by Gavin Gooden. With 8:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Gooden's, I believe, first carry of the season. And it goes 59 yards to the house.
Welcome. Welcome.
Add him to the running back room. And Carroll, Zach Hayes tried to pass to the end zone on the extra point try. It fell incomplete, so 65 points for Carroll instead of 66 as Gavin Strange is on to kick it away. And it will go into the end zone for a touchback. Carroll's second defense will be back out on the field here with just under 9 minutes to go. And at this point, I think can start to look ahead a little bit. Prosper is up on Berkner tonight by the score of 50-7, so that would set up that highly anticipated matchup in the third round next week.
We don't know where that would be, but most likely somewhere in the Metroplex.
Yep.
And so it'd be nice to get back to Metroplex, but it will be a huge game.
Prosper ranked number 7 in the state. Carroll ranked number 1 in the state at 6A. They keep it on the ground on first down. This is Xavion Johnson spinning out of a tackle to the 29-yard line. Picks up 4 yards on the play.
5-yard gain on the play.
And the reason why a lot of people are really zeroing an L in that matchup with Prosper is a lot of similarities with that Prosper team and the Southlake team in terms of how they're built and design, so to speak, offensive line, defensive line, skilled guys.
Johnson gets it again on second down, bulls his way across the 30-yard line to the 34. It'll be about a yard shy of a first down. The only loss for Prosper this year was to Allen, the number 2 team in the state, and considered one of the favorites to win the 6A Division I state title. 3rd and 1, keep it on the ground again. Pushing the pile forward for the first down is Johnson to the Bobcat 37.
And it was really, a last second field goal by Allen that really won. Prosper had the lead, and that was a brilliant game both on both sides. And that Allen defense, led by former Dragon Chase Hargis as a defensive coordinator, was just a terrific game to watch.
Trips left, 1 to the right. Tight end motions across left to right on 1st and 10 from the 37. Smith to throw. Has time. Is going to go right side. Coming back to get it is the receiver.
Micah Smith's pass is complete.
Smith,
Jimmy Edwards,
rather, for a short gain.
Number 13, Brody Bourgeois.
5-yard gain on the play. Be 2nd and 5 coming up from the 42.
For the Bobcats.
One receiver motioning from the slot right over to the left side of the formation. They run it again. Here's Johnson up the gut. getting close to midfield to the 48-yard line, or 43-yard line, rather. They're starting to feed Johnson here. And I think Bobcats also trying to bleed the clock a little bit after Ace Slavin made the tackle.
Yeah, I think they're obviously just trying to get the game down a little bit, but you know, it is a bright future for this Bobcat team. You can see the potential. You can see they got some players in some key positions, and they got a great coach as well.
On third down, Johnson again. Not much running room up the middle. This is going to be shy of the first down marker. He crossed the 45-yard line. They'll give him the 46. It'll be 4th and short, and they're going to go ahead and go for it here with just over 6 minutes to play in the fourth.
For the Bobcats.
The other regional semifinal in Carroll's part of the bracket would likely feature Geyer, which is leading DeSoto right now, along with Byron Nelson, who's leading El Paso Eastwood. On 4th and short, Smith tucks it trying to run. He's going to be hit behind the line and dropped. A 4th down stop for this second Carroll defense. And the Bobcats turn it over on down.
What a hit by Ace Slavin, number 34. Again, that sophomore linebacker coming up big on 4th down. Turnover downs for San Angelo. Again, this 2 unit coming up big. A great job. That linebacking core for this unit is something to look out for here in the future.
So Carroll ball with 5:35 to go in the fourth quarter, leading 65-7.
Spectators are not allowed on the field after.
Carroll side starting to thin out just a little bit. Hopefully they're all turning on the stream and letting us talk them back to Southlake tonight. On first down, Perazo takes the snap. Gooden out as the lead blocker across the 40-45. He tiptoes out of bounds across the 30-yard line. First down for Perazo.
What a downfield block by Gooden. Scored touchdown. Leaves a block for Perazo.
First down, Dragons.
Liking what we're seeing again from this second unit, Chris.
Offensive line in this second group features Hudson Hibbs, Nick Wilson, along with Oz Chandra at center. On first down, they give it to Gooden, makes one man miss in the backfield, bounces it outside across the 25 and pushed out of bounds at the 19.
Devin Gooden, I'll tell you what, you're seeing a burst and a step in this backfield. It's pretty electric for the young man. The second carry is making Bobcats miss.
He picked up a Dragon Den first down with 4:30 to go in the game. Rest of that line, Andrew Goff, Carlos Galindo in there for the Dragons. That was the 30th first down of the night for Carroll. It's Perazo changing the play at the line. 2 receivers right, tight end to the right. Perazo, design quarterback run again. Outside to the left, tackled near the line of scrimmage by the Bobcats. No gain on the play.
Tackle was made by 26, Cash Jastro.
Cash Jastro on the stop.
No gain on the play.
Meanwhile, for the Bobcats, a successful season all in all under Mark Smith in his second year. They had an 8-game losing streak in 2023. That was the year before he got there. He comes in. They go 4-6 last season. Make the playoffs here in year 2. So starting to get things moving in a positive direction there. On 2nd and 10, Perazo up the middle. Big hole inside the 5. Spun down to the turf inside the 2. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Dragons with 3:15 to play.
Yeah, the San Angelo team, they're in a tough division, right? They're with Midland Legacy and, I guess, coming back to Midland Lee and
Next
Odessa
year, yep.
Permian and I believe Odessa High and Midland. And they're shaping up to really compete for that title, I think, over the next year. I think next year is going to be one of their better years, with this team that A few of these guys are coming back. The biggest losses will be up front on the offensive line.
First and goal for the Dragons here. It's going up the middle, pushed backwards on the carry is a 16. I don't believe that is Trent Fergal, though.
Tackle was made by number 52, Oscar Herrera.
Dragons.
If it was, it wouldn't surprise me. Trent, he played a lot of running back in the middle school and DYF era.
Coming up on the 2-minute timeout here in the fourth quarter, and the clock will stop before Carroll snaps the ball. But we'll take the timeout as well. 2 minutes to go in the game. Carroll 65, Central 7. You're listening to the second round of the playoffs on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey, Dragon fans, this is Robert Clayton with the Clayton team at Clayton Real Estate. Karen Young and I have been proudly serving Southlake for over 30 years in residential resale, family owned and operated, and former Dragons. Being a Dragon graduate, we truly understand what it means to be a Dragon. Tradition, excellence, and a winning team. That's what we provide our clients, the best service and experience in the industry with a winning tradition. Dragons representing Dragons. Call us today at 817-894-4152 or visit us on the web at www.dragonrealtors.com. Go Dragons.
Two minutes to go in the game at Art Briles Stadium in Stephenville, where Carroll leads San Angelo Central 65-7. Just talking about District 2-6A, of which Central is a part. It finished third in that district this year behind Odessa Permian and Midland Legacy. Permian had a big lead on Mansfield Lake Ridge at halftime, but all of a sudden it is a 2-point game. Permian leading Lake Ridge 30-28, though one of the best turnaround stories in DFW, trying to have its season last at least another week. It's second and goal for the Dragons here. Perazzo in the backfield. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Preston going to keep it. Has some lead blocking, gets inside the 5, brought down there by the Bobcats, Mason Van Sickle. It'll be third down. The Allen game has gone final, 41-7 over Lake Highlands, as has Geyer over Jesuit, 44-14. Ball on the right hash, third and goal from the 4. Low snap, Perazzo picks it up, fires, end zone, caught, touchdown Dragons. Cade Holdstrom getting into the end zone. For the first time all season for the senior, it comes in a playoff game, and Carroll leads it 71-7 over Central. The Dragons have scored their highest point total of the year.
What a check down by Perazzo, checking with the sideline and getting on the slant route to Holstrom. Again, 2 drives, 2 scores for this group.
A point after try coming here. It is up and it is good with 1:16 to go in the fourth quarter. The score is Carroll 72, Central 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
Looking for a roofer who truly knows Southlake? My name is Chad Cross, owner of CLC Roofing, a longtime Southlake resident who's proud to serve this community. For decades, we have protected Dragon Country with roofs built to handle the scorching sun, sudden hail, and high winds, all while keeping your homes looking beautiful. CLC Roofing proudly supports the Carroll ISD, the Carroll Booster Club, and local events. Supporting Southlake is part of who we are. We know every HOA standard, city code, and neighborhood nuance because we live here too. When the storm hits, we're not hours away. We're already in your community, ready to help the moment you need us. Our crews are safety certified and led by project managers who always focus on details. From minor repairs to full replacements, we bring expert craftsmanship and clear communication to every project. We only install top-tier roofing materials, and as an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, we can offer extended warranties most roofers cannot, because trust and quality go hand in hand. Protect the tradition, Southlake.
For the Dragons tonight, it's a season high in points and yardage as Carroll leads San Angelo Central 72-7 with 1:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Kickoff coming for the Dragons. It is going to be booted into the end zone for a touchback. And Bobcats will come back out onto the field here for likely the final possession of the game. This Carroll offense, Robert, has gained 713 yards tonight. That surpasses the previous season high of 700 against LD Bell in district play.
Well, I can say we've seen it all night. We've seen what they've done, and it's been an explosion of offense. But it's been with a multitude of players, Chris, which has been what you want to see is getting a lot of different people involved in the offense, and it is a sight to see, and just great execution both sides of the ball.
The backup quarterback Parker Neal into the game for the Bobcats here on this drive with Elijah Allen in the backfield. Allen going to get it on first down, stumbles forward to the 35, and the clock will keep moving here. Bobcats may only have to snap the ball one more time.
Allen on the carry.
Although the helmet came off of Allen, so the clock will stop momentarily as he comes off the field. Dragons, maybe more impressively than gaining 700 plus yards, have not really been stopped in any sort of way offensively tonight. There was one interception thrown by Renda, but otherwise Carroll has scored every time it's had the ball.
Yeah, that interception was in the end zone as well. So, I mean, they're on their way to pay dirt, but again, execution just has been next level tonight.
10 touchdowns, 1 field goal. 11 scores on 12 drives. They keep it on the ground for Johnson here on second down. And the play clock has not started yet with under 40 seconds to go, so that should do it unless the Bobcats really want to get up to the line and snap the ball again. Otherwise, Carroll can celebrate a second-round win and be ready to make the drive back to DFW, headed to the third round. Bobcats do break the huddle here one more time. Neal up to the line. They will snap it again, give it to Allen, trying to bounce it outside on the left, outside of the numbers, a stiff arm. He goes out of bounds with 4 seconds left. The clock continues to run, and this one is over. Carroll, a big second-round win over San Angelo Central, 72-7. The score tonight, again, a season high in points, yardage, and the largest margin of victory for the Dragons in 2025. So the teams shake hands at the 50-yard line right now. We'll take a timeout, come back and wrap this one up in just a moment. You're listening to the second round of the playoffs on the Dragons Sports Network.
Southlake Dermatology offers specialized acne regimens using a combination of prescriptions and procedures that are covered by insurance. The Specialized Acne Treatment Center offers a full range of services with access to samples and rebates that are only available through a dermatologist. Our office is on the 3rd floor of the Southlake Medical Building attached to Methodist Hospital off of 114. Find us on Facebook or search our website at southlakedermatology.com.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Come check out Champions Club at the Mark Southlake. Conveniently located off Southlake Boulevard in Bicentennial Park, Champions Club is your local, safe, and fun destination for fitness, play, and connection. From state-of-the-art workout spaces and exciting group fitness classes to our aquatic center, indoor courts, and party rentals. There's something for everyone. Make Champions Club your home for health, recreation, and family fun. Join today and discover what it means to live like a champion. Go Dragons!
(72-7), the final score from Art Briles Stadium in Stephenville tonight. Chris Blake and Robert Clayton with you as we wrap this one up. And Robert, maybe the most impressive offensive performance we've seen from Carroll all season.
I think without a doubt. I think, they executed on every level. The run game, just not only with the backfield, but Renda getting a job with his legs and in the air, spreading it out to the perimeter, doing what they do best. They did a terrific job. Great game plan. Defense that executed. They created the turnovers. They put pressure. And then when the twos got their name called, they executed as well.
For the Dragons tonight, 716 yards of offense, 31 first downs, a balanced attack, almost exactly 359 yards on the ground, 357 yards through the air. Just quickly, a couple of the highlights. Angelo Renda, 354 yards, 5 touchdown passes. He also runs 9 times for 94 yards. Davis Penn, Blake Gunter, Gavin Gooden get into the end zone on the ground for the Dragons. Brock Boyd, a couple of touchdown receptions, as well as Blake Gunter, Brody Knowles, Caden Mackey, and Cade Holmstrom for Carroll. So this sets up a big top 10 matchup in the state in the third round of the playoffs. Carroll and Prosper next week. We don't know where or when the game will be played yet, though with both schools being in DFW, you'd think the game would be a little bit closer to home. But whether that's Friday or Saturday and what location it's at, TBD. But either way, it is going to be a tough test for the Dragons and a closely watched matchup by fans all over the state.
Yeah, and I think this Division II is a hard run to the state championship. And, you play this level of football, Chris, you're going to play with the best. And I think that the Dragons expect, whether you're D1 or D2, and you're going to get the best teams stay alive. And a good thing that is back in the Metroplex, and they'll take this night, enjoy the victory, and get back to game planning, and these coaches will be working around the clock.
Well, the season ends for San Angelo Central, their first playoff appearance in 3 years. They get to the second round, 8-4 on the year in the second year under head coach Mark Smith. Meanwhile, Carroll improves to 12-0 and will move on to practice on Thanksgiving, the second goal for this Dragon program every season. That'll do it for us here from San Angelo. For our director, Tim Polster, statistician Scott Farrell, and for Robert Clayton, Chris Blake saying goodnight. Carroll wins it 72-7 over Central and is on to the third round once again. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight and listening to Dragon Football on the Dragon Sports Network.
This week's Dragon Football broadcast has been brought to you by White's Chapel United Methodist Church, Feed Store Barbecue, Kim Bedwell Briggs Freeman Sotheby's, Godwin Bowman PC, The Baker Firm Fidelity National Title, Recoat Revolution, The Mark Southlake, Life's Medicine, Clayton and Clayton Real Estate, Hearst Autoplex, Southlake Dermatology, CLC Roofing, Patriot Mobile, The Dragon Den, and Mills Wealth Management. Thanks for joining us, and go Dragons.